ends up happening is just making people like, what the fuck is he talking about? Instead of trying to laugh, they're just like, disgusting. What? You know, like I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
I mean, I've heard your comedy material.
Yeah, I know. I know. But what I'm saying is, I'm very dirty. I get you. Like I have a whole hour of poop material but it's really hard to. I guess it's hard to do that shit without it being just.
It has to be funny, and
it has to be funny and
it's fun.
It's funny. Yeah. It's really hard to do that.
I was going for the descriptiveness in that.
Area. It sounded like a commentary for a really disturbing movie or something.
Yeah.
Well, Zach,
Good job.
you did it, man. Keep doing it.
Yeah, good job, dude. Congratulations.
Come back again soon. That was his first time on stage with Zach Kirby. He's on Twitter, guys, at Zach Cool, ZACH Cool. So follow him on Twitter, listeners, and then you can see what he does next. Maybe he'll do more.
He does look like somebody that they would interview on Forensic Files. So.
Oh yeah, totally, totally. He's got the school shooter face.
Yeah.
I'm talking about casting here. I mean, if I was I'm saying he should be in a movie.
Hollywood.
Where he plays a school shooter.
Right.
And, you know, I'm going to ask you guys a question that I always ask first-time guests. Was there ever something that you did when you very first started stand-up that you can't believe you did, or that you sort of look back on and you're like, man, that's sort of embarrassing. I can't believe I ever said that or did that. You'd be amazed at the answers that I got.
Oh, I bet, yeah.
It's incredible. Well, Porter used to do a thing where he'd come out with no shirt. And
Oh, wow,
he would
really?
suck his stomach in. And what was it? He's like, oh, and the letter C, because he's so skinny.
Oh, wow.
And he's like, I can't believe I did that. You know, like just a bunch of crazy things. So
I mean, it's hard to learn and not be shitty, you know what I mean?
Right.
So, like, you have to start shitty. So, like, I remember, I mean, I would just do all sorts of shit, like just sex jokes that were just cheap, you know? Like, I mean, I would do that always. I, like, would close with that. And, you know, it just, I can't even think about it now. It makes me fucking feel terrible.
Yeah, me too.
He's talking about my jokes.
No, I guess, yeah, I can think of things, but I don't, like, it's just painful.
I never had one specific thing that I'm embarrassed. I'm just kind of embarrassed in the first few years.
yeah, just all of it.
Yeah.
I love it. Ron, anything?
Well, I mean, I used to, like, research everything that I was going to talk about. So, because I felt like some reason if I talked about a joke, someone was going to be like, oh, there's a part of that setup that wasn't true.
All right.
So I'd, like, just wiki everything that I was going to talk about. So that was stupid. And then I did, like, a set, like, my first set, I did, like, 4 minutes on just about man boobs. And then I researched this. And so I found out that some people would take women's pantyhose, cut out the crotch, put their head through it, put their arms through the legs as a way to help with man boobs. So I was like, oh, that'll be a fun bit. And so I would talk about it, and then I'd take my shirt off, and I'd be wearing that pantyhose.
Yeah,
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it was ahead of its time.
I ask you if there's anything that you're embarrassed of, and you say your best bit when you first started out. So awesome. Let's keep it moving along. Your next comedian goes by the name of Marcos Martinez. Marcos Martinez, are you coming?
Oh, shit. What that means? You've been.
If you missed your spot on Kiltony, that means you get blacklisted.
Fuck yeah. That's a good one. Is that something that happens regularly, or what the fuck was that?
Once every episode or two, somebody doesn't show up.
No. I mean, does that happen regularly?
No, that's completely original. Normally the old Patriot used to go like, pew, pew, pew.
Oh, got it.
But that's why he
You remixed it.
turned into a Latino at a donkey show. I'm not exactly sure.
I had a good date last night. I'm sorry.
You had a what?
Good date last night. I apologize.
You had a date?
Yeah.
With a 9-year-old.
This guy.
You really went on a date last night?
Yeah, man.
Tell us about that.
Yeah.
Did you get a Baja Fresh?
No Taco Bell. She was very disappointed.
Come on, be
Yeah,
serious.
she wasn't when you flew her home.
What'd you do with this chick? Time to get real, buddy. You shouldn't have brought up the date if you didn't want the tough part.
Oh, man. Oh, I mean, I'm
Was
kind
it,
of,
okay, hold
I'm
on.
kind of poor.
Okay, was it a first date?
Well, no shit, because she
Yeah.
dressed up as a patriot.
See what I mean?
It'd be weird if you took that mask off and you were Bill Gates. Is what I'm
Oh,
saying.
yeah. She wasn't into the whole going Dutch thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Wow, getting into the early, but at some point she started screaming at me, and I heard this great accent, and I was like, I have to emulate that. So,
Wow.
yeah.
Yo, you need your own podcast, man.
Yeah. Absolutely. We're gonna get you a spin-off, Scott Kid, whatever it takes.
Thank you.
So you went on. So that's true. You went on a date with a Latino chick, and at the end, she screamed at you.
Yes, because of the Taco Bell and because I'm not going Dutch.
Oh, you really took her to Taco Bell?
Hey, man, I make mistakes. I'm only half human.
All right, you son of a bitch.
I actually appreciate that. Thank you for saying that.
I pulled another name out of the bucket. Hopefully he's here. Put your hands together for Jared Campbell. Here.
Funny. I used to be really, really good at football. Like I played in the NFL for like 3 weeks. It was actually really cool. But they cut me, man. That was the toughest shit I ever done. Was getting cut. Like it was traumatizing. Cause like when I got signed, it was real publicized all on the TV and like I got like 400 Facebook notifications. Like good job, oh my God, congratulations! Don't forget about it, stranger. And when I got cut, it wasn't really publicized, so nobody knew. So I'm getting text messages like week 10 from girls like, good luck on your game today, Jared. And I'm like, in what, Madden, bitch? It was tough. Like my brother, I had a brother that was like the star of the team, and I was like trying to make the team. So when I got cut, my mom didn't really understand how that worked. She's like, you go back in the you tell them that I said they can't have one of my boys. They need to take both of my boys or none of my boys. You got to be ambitious. Don't tell them they work for free. So then we're good. All right, I was
It's a cap, but I want to hear the rest of this since you're in one topic. Keep going.
it's a newer joke, but I was basically I finish it like I go up there and I go, well, my mama told me to tell y'all that y'all can't have just one of her sons. You want both of her boys. You got to take us. And I was like, come on, Claire, let's go. I'm about to work for free. It's a newer joke. Being honest. Just being honest.
Gotcha. Well, I love that. And that's so true, right? You were at the University of Miami. You were a Hurricane, if I remember correctly.
Yes, sir, to you.
And then you got picked up by the NFL.
Yes, sir, Arizona Cardinals.
That's got to be crazy.
That's pretty dope.
And then what happens? Well, when
Yeah, what? 3 weeks, huh?
Yeah.
What?
I got cut. I made it all the way to the final cuts. I thought I was going to make the team. They told me, hey, we need your playbook. I kept working out for like a year. Nothing happened. Moved to LA.
And you always wanted to do stand-up or what?
I started stand-up in college, but I really couldn't do it with football.
Right, of course.
And after I got cut, I wasn't doing shit. So I said,
You've been doing it for a while, though, yeah?
I did it for probably 10 times while I was in college.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You're very confident.
Yeah, with the nice
I've been
face
out here for
present.
2 years now.
Doing stand-up?
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Okay, cool, yeah. Yeah, you're very engaging. That's very cool.
I love that you're talking about real stuff. Nobody.
No, I mean, like,
No, I agree.
you're confident. Good. You're good. I mean,
Yeah, nobody else can talk about the stuff that you're talking about.
Yeah, that's true.
With
Yeah.
that, for sure.
Yeah, but I also kind of want to hear things outside of football, too. Like, what makes you scared?
That is a
You
great
did, you
question.
did have a whole minute. You could have hit a few topics.
What, I like that question though. What does make you scared?
Shit. Scared of big ass dogs.
That's relatable.
What else?
Shit. Scared of heights and shit like that, man. All the cliffs and all that good stuff.
Imagine a big ass dog on a cliff.
Anything else scare you? This is great, great question, Ron, because it is amazing to hear, like, especially after just knowing that he's, you know, a former NFL football player. It's like, that's great, hilarious. No matter it, both things got laughs. You know what I mean? Both dogs and cliffs, because it's so funny to know that some guy that could probably run a 4.5 40 is afraid of a cliff or a dog. Like, it's like,
Yeah, no, I was real serious with my critiques.
yeah, absolutely. Fuck yeah. I love it, man.
So you're out here now to be a comic.
Yeah, full time.
Oh, cool.
You doing a lot of spots and stuff. You treating it like football? Like, do you think football helped you with that?
Work ethic wise, yeah. Like I try to get on like 3 stages. I stay up late, wake up early.
It's great.
Keep at it.
I like your style, Jared. Funny stuff, fun times. Jared Campbell, everybody. He's on Twitter at Jared Y. That's all one word. Jared Q-U-A-Y. Jared's been on a few times. Always fun. Always different. It's fun. We've had a couple people that I actually remember, like Miami Hurricanes, Jared, and Harvard, Sierra Cattell. She's funny. She's going to Harvard. She's going to fucking...
Yeah, she's good.
She's going
For
to
sure.
kill in life. Put your hands together for your next comedian. It's Jonathan Tumblin. Oh, I'm sorry. You can't go on twice. No, I'm kidding. Jonathan Tumblin, everybody. Restart the clock. I had to say it. I'm sorry.
Don't let them shake you up. No, not gonna shake me, man. I've been out here in LA for a while, man. I noticed that people come out to LA, they think they're gonna like spot celebrities wherever they go and shit. And I was in a situation. I was at the Beverly Center, and these like 3 Asian girls came up to me. They were like, "Oh my god, it's you!" And I'm like, "Who the fuck are you talking about?" They're like, "It's you. You're the guy from Transformers, right? You're Tyrese." And I'm like, "Yeah." Yeah, I'm Tyrese, and I'm standing there like, well, oh my god, I really want a picture with you. And I'm like, I'll take the picture if I can take at least one of y'all out to dinner. So I make arrangements. I'm on my way to get the girls. I'm trying to think, like, where would Tyrese take a girl where they got, you know, like good food, drinks, and night. It's a nice atmosphere and shit. So I take the bitch to Chipotle. I take her to Chipotle, and halfway through the day, she's thinking like, oh my god, you can't be Tyrese. Why'd you lie to me like that? And I'm like, I'm sorry. You know what? My name's Jonathan. But I didn't lie to you, bitch. You're just a racist because all niggas don't look like that. That's it.
There you go. Exactly a minute. It's great that your minute worked out with me being that chick in the beginning. Very racially stereotyping you.
It happens, man.
Where did you wear in Transformers at?
Tyrese, man, just the one black guy, the lonely black guy. I get mistaken for like every black guy that's doing well in life, pretty much.
You ever get mistaken for rum punches?
If I gain some pounds, I might be.
What is this really happened?
Yeah, this really happened to me.
God, you don't look like Tyrese.
I know, man. That's why it's extremely racist.
Asian girls,
I mean, they got the squint, you know what I'm saying? I think through the squint.
Asian girls do look like they look for stars hard out here. In fact, one time a couple of them came up to me and thought I was Tyrese. They'll really recognize in their head what they think they're seeing.
Yeah.
Jonathan, how long have you been doing stand-up?
A year and a half, Tony.
And I'm going to steal a great question from my friend Ron Funches and ask you, what scares you?
Clowns and white women.
No, what scares you?
No, I'm scared of clowns for real, man. That's weird.
What do you mean? I always wonder when people say that. Like, what do you mean? Like,
I saw it at a very young age.
okay, but do you mean? So you mean like if somebody
Like the demonic clown, not like
yeah,
the
demonic
But you're like the role to be a demonic clown. You're gonna add demon to anything.
scared of IKEA? Well, demonic idea. So if you see a guy dressed as a clown, and you'd be like, yo, don't like what for real?
Don't touch, like don't get close to them. Like,
Because what do you think is going to happen? It's just an irrational.
He's gonna punch. That's what's gonna
No, I understand that, but so you're irrationally afraid of clowns.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, no, I know it's a common fear. I just,
man, I don't know. I don't know how to
How
explain it.
badly I wish I could fucking like ooh a clown here right now, just to watch you beat the shit out of him, like watch his red nose fly off across the room.
It'd be bad.
Oh, you beat a clown's ass, dude. You'll fucking scar children for life.
that's true.
Clowns scar children.
Oh, I see. So the way he's thinking about it, he's like a super. You and Patriot can. No, he's got electricity on his hands.
But yeah, clowns. That's an interesting one. I have an ex-girlfriend who's terribly afraid of clowns, and she's afraid because she had a mean dentist when she was a kid, and like a little kid. There were pictures of these happy clowns in his office. I actually,
Really?
I had the same dentist, and it sort of freaked me out too. It didn't like last forever, but it's true. There is something about like, in fact, human. Like when the clown is in human form, I can handle it. Like if there was a guy dressed like a clown, it's like, all right, Creed, dude, get away from me. But I'm not gonna beat his ass.
But like, no, like the fear of clowns though, it kind of makes me scared. I don't like women with makeup either. It's like, where are you hiding from, yo?
So I think
What the fuck are you
I
hiding
think we're
from?
getting to the root of all of this, right?
I agree with him with the
Yeah, can we talk about your mother a little bit?
Yeah.
My mom's a set. Hold on. Mom's right here, man. Close to me.
Oh yeah. Well, Jonathan, we found out a lot about you. It was fun times.
Always.
Keep rocking.
Yes, sir.
Like I was saying, like human clowns don't scare me that much, but like a picture, like if I had to sleep in a bedroom and there was a picture of a clown on the wall,
I get that.
I'd be up for an extra 3 hours, like fucking just staring at the picture.
Why is the microphone near Patriot's dick? No, for real. What is that? Why is that?
The original Patriot, he had a $5,000 robot suit, and his microphone, for some reason, and the positioning of it all was right there at his crotch. So when we recast New Patriot in an outfit completely bought off Amazon Prime for like $15, we decided that one of the only traditions we would also keep is keeping the speaker box at the crotch. So.
Yeah, I knew I was going to be upset that I asked that.
I love it. You're doing a great job, Patriot. I'm actually very surprised. Put your hands together for Scott Kidd, everybody. So much. Oh, I just got to work with this kid this weekend. He's a favorite here on Kill Tony, a one-liner specialist. Put your hands together for Gabriel Killing, everybody.
I want to open up a tattoo parlor that specializes in breast tattoos. Gonna call it Tit for Tat. I grew up pretty broke, man. Every year I had to pitch in on my own birthday presents. Times got so tough, I once stole an old lady's purse. I was disappointed because she barely had a few dollars in it. But the spinning roundhouse kick I knocked her out with, totally fucking worth it. I've had my ups and downs in life, man. Mostly downs. It's been rough, but I can hold my head high knowing that even during the worst of times, during my lowest points, I never, not once, ever forgot about Dre.
But yeah, real Kelly. Respect, I love that. It's almost, you can't tell he's Armenian until after the set when he just goes to the mic, goes, respect. So funny, always, Gabe. You must have a crazy writing process because you've done a lot of different minutes on this show, at least 5 or 6 times, right?
More than that, yeah.
And usually most of the jokes kill when it doesn't end with spinning roundhouse kick. That was what we call a misdirect. I love your style though, Gabe. Gabe pulled an interesting maneuver this weekend. I was in San Francisco with Jeffrey Ross. You guys know what it's like being on the road. You arrive, you drop off the stuff at the hotel, whatever, maybe grab something to eat, you go to the show, right? We arrive at Cobb's Comedy Club, and the host is sitting there, the host opener, you know what I mean? He's sitting in the green room, and then there's Gabe Killian sitting on the couch. And I'm like, Gabe, what the fuck's up? He goes, what's up? You know, respect. What's up? You know, and Jeff's like, what's up, Gabe? How you doing, man? And Gabe immediately just goes, hey, what's up, man? Can I do a guest spot? Just like that.
To Jeff?
Yeah. But luckily, Jeff knew Gabe from doing a spot before the roast battle on a Tuesday night of the popular show here. And Gabe had like this crazy like Carson moment on doing stand-up before the roast battle a few weeks ago, where everybody in the room's like, who the fuck's that guy? He's just firing off joke after joke like that. And he got to do one of the more probably fun nights in your career, right? Got to do a couple spots.
Yeah,
the sold out Cogs.
Oh, yeah, that's a big room.
That's ballsy, man. I wouldn't even ask.
Yeah.
I was there. I had a spot there the night before, I was there the next day, so I figured why not ask.
But that's sort of what's funny about it to me is like Gabe is sort of a nervous, like, I mean, you can tell in your cadence, and the more you know him, the more you know he's like a very, very nice, polite, and sort of nervous, humble kind of guy. That's why it was so funny when he just blurted. Jeff Ross is like, "Hey, what's up, man? Good to see you." And he's just like, "Hi. Can I do a guest spot?"
I just wanted to get it before someone else asked them.
No, of course. Well, there was nobody else ever asks when you're on the road. Nobody else has the balls to do that. So I love that you did that maneuver.
Worked out once for you. I'd like to hear in the future.
Yeah. Well, you knew Jeff. You knew Jeff. He'd seen you, right?
Yeah.
Well, hey, good on you, man. That was great.
Yeah. And he did 2 5-minute guest sets and killed in front of sold out crowds. And you just had another fun set here. Thank you, Gabriel. Killer, Gabe Killian. He's on Twitter at Gabriel Killian. All one word. Oh, yeah. Jonathan Tumblin is J. Sherlock T. and Jared. Oh, there you go. Fuck yeah. All right. J. Sherlock T. and Jared Y. was Jared Campbell. Jared Quay. Okay, sure. Who cares about the enunciation?
You don't enunciate shit on Twitter, yeah.
Yeah. And Gabe is at Gabriel Killian. And we're rolling along. Here we go. Getting a lot of people up. This is fun. Your next comedian goes by the name of Jordan Perry.
Oh, shit. You know what that means.
I fucking hate that shit.
How do you rationalize that one? I know an Asian chick didn't let you go on a date with her.
Oh. You can't do your own awe.
I can?
No, that's not how awes work.
They do it in the South.
I got stood up. Aw.
Done deal.
You especially can't do your own. You especially can't do your own awe if there's an actual audience here. It's up to the audience.
All right. Let's hope this next person's here. Put your hands together for Cal Verducci.
Oh, shit. You know what that means?
For fuck's sake.
Oh my
I
God.
fucking hate that.
I'm so sorry, podcast listeners, that you have to go through this. People kill for these spots. It's so funny. I had a few comedians come up to me earlier, and they're like, "Hey, can you get me on Kill Tony?" And I'm like, "It's a bucket. Like,
No.
it's an actual."
This guy's writing down fake names so he can do that fucking shit.
You son of a bitch.
Verducci is the name. I would write fake, you know?
That does sound fake.
Yeah.
Cal Verducci. Like, that's the whitest first name with the most Italian last name. Let's try it again. Michael Gowdy.
Here he comes. Another Dodger.
Okay, I'm gonna keep it real. I've been doing
mics for almost 4 years, and it's mostly just 5 guys just jerking off the internet porn while staring at phones. So 40 people plus fucking Crystalia. I am nervous out of my fucking mind. So, but we'll get through this. I will get through this, I hope. So, I was born in Florida. I was raised mostly in Georgia the first 13 years of my life. We had a lot of woods in our backyard. When I would go out, my mom would say, wear bright clothes because the drunk hunters might mistake you for game. I've been moderately to severely drunk up here, and I can tell you guys, you never look like a room full of deer to me. So, my dad called me the other day and said, your cousin's having pancreas surgery because alcoholism, of course, runs in our family. And can you believe he drank that much? And I'm like, yes, because I've seen his wife. I would be in a state of near unconsciousness every day.
I love it. Michael Gowdy. Thank you for dressing up in your cum shorts.
I never watched my It's one LA open micer jerking off to
I've never even heard the terminology cum shorts before, but that's exactly what those
I would be in a state of near unconsciousness every day.
I love it. Michael Gowdy. Thank you for dressing up in your cum shorts.
I never watched my It's one LA open micer jerking off to
I've never even heard the terminology cum shorts before, but that's exactly what those are.
Food stains, goddammit, food stains.
For you listeners, they are it's a bathing suit that
It's a bathing suit, yes.
rises above his knees and has what appears to be light white stains on there.
Even if it's not cum, when you put those on, you gotta be, I can't wear this because it looks like there's cum on it. Yeah, this guy was just like, fuck it, put them on.
Yeah. Nobody's going to believe you when you go, no, it's not actual cum. All right, well, then lay off the Cinnabon. You know what I mean? Whatever icing is going on there.
Stop feeding your penis food.
Especially powdered donuts.
I was gonna thank you for putting out these podcasts, but fuck that shit.
Oh, I love your style, Michael.
Thank you.
What I really love is that you didn't really start until 30 seconds in. You were talking about how nervous you were and what other open mics were like.
Because this guy's a fucking legend, all right?
No, you're not right. You are not right. You are not right. I appreciate the compliment, but you are not right, number one. Number two, it made me be on his side when he said that.
Oh, yeah.
Totally.
I love it. Michael, how long have you been doing stand-up?
Almost 4 years, so 2 months, it'll be 4 years.
Oh, that's awesome.
Okay, and how much do you get up? How often do you get up?
About three times a week on average.
All right, well, that's
so cool.
Do you wear swimming trunks every time?
Or, yeah, they just have 2 pairs of shorts, believe it or not, yeah. So,
you have 2 pairs of shorts?
yes, I have pair
No
of
pants. You don't wear pants?
Very rare. So,
Well, if it's real cold, you wear pants.
yes.
I'd hate to see the pair of shorts you don't wear to the comedy.
Those actually have shit and blood on them, too.
Oh, I'm going to the comedy store. I'm going to wear my good shorts.
Shitty or cummy? Let's go with cummy.
You can't.
I'm going to be in front of Crystalia tonight. Let's go with cummy.
I love it. One of the Kill Tony trademarks is that we always tell people to not wear shorts on stage, but I think we're gonna stick with you. Keep rocking those shorts, Michael.
I won't be watching in a week. Yeah.
I love it. You could be the come short comedian.
Your last bit, I don't remember anymore, but it was good.
The uncle that drinks because
Yeah, it
of
was real personal. Yeah, you were like, oh, you know he hates that lady.
Yeah, it was pretty harsh.
Yeah,
which kind of made it funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you from LA?
No, I lived in Georgia for 13 years and moved to Detroit, Michigan. So
Yeah.
two Midwesterners everywhere.
Yeah.
Screw blue.
I mean, normally, and I mean, I'm just floating this out there, is that the direction I thought you were going in, which I thought would have been funnier than comparing it to The Room, and you could take this or leave it or whatever. But I thought you were saying that when your mom told you that people might confuse you for game, that you were going to talk about how, like, that's not a confidence builder to hear when you're a kid, that your mom thinks that in your own words and whatever, I think that's an interesting route to take. Like, it's hard to not turn out to be the cum shorts guy when your mom thought that you were your mom thought you could be confused for an elk or something like that.
There was a lot of disrespect when I was a kid, definitely. I can definitely go that route. So.
Oh yeah. What else do you do for fun?
Besides comment?
Yeah, I was going to think you guys want to say masturbate or something really great.
Yeah, what do you do for fun?
I do collect autographs around LA, and I try to sell things on eBay, that kind of shit.
So you find joy in that, or what? No, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm being serious.
Yeah,
like do you like collecting? Is that what?
Yeah, I collect autographs. I collect baseball and sports cards.
Well, that makes sense because your shorts look like they were signed by the Stay Puft Marshmallows.
What's your most famous autograph, or what's your?
The one I'm most proud of is I bought recently, like 2 weeks ago. It's Wayne Gretzky signed jersey.
Oh wow, cool. Well, that's a good one, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is there still money in baseball cards though nowadays? Is that still a thing, or?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think the autograph market is booming more than ever. I think.
Oh really?
You would surprise, yeah, because everyone wants a selfie, but the autographs are selling for major bucks now. So,
would you just think because everyone wants a selfie? Is that what you said?
yeah, because when you meet a celebrity like you just boom and took a selfie. You know what I'm saying? You don't care about the autograph.
Yeah, it's interesting. The whole game changed.
Yeah.
Huh.
Well, fuck yeah, Michael. I love your style. Good job. That's Michael Gowdy, everybody. Michael P. Gowdy, Gowdy. Michael was fun, right?
He was fun.
How you doing, Ron? You having fun?
I'm having a good time.
I love your style. I could listen to your voice all fucking day.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh, thank you.
I wish everybody that I talked to had like a headset or whatever, and it came out in your voice, whatever they said.
Oh, that's
Like, would be so much. I would just have a smile all the time.
I don't like that at all.
Even that was cute.
Totally. Adorable.
You know what's interesting actually to see is like different comedians like this that how you feel about them immediately when they step on stage before they even say anything, right?
Yeah.
I don't do that when I'm at a show watching guys. I just because I know they're professionals maybe, but it's interesting like the feeling you get from certain people.
When you're like, oh, I feel confident in you, or like,
exactly.
Oh, I'm really scared for you right now.
Exactly. Yeah, for real though.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's for real.
Or, I gotta wash my shorts sometimes.
Yeah.
I bet Michael never wears those again.
Good.
So he's in the back. I already took them off.
It's just in his tidy whities right now. Oh, we love this young lady. Put your hands together for Clee Wiggins, everybody.
Please.
Oh, we don't love her anymore.
Oh, thank God. Thank God. You so behind the mask.
I was reading my Star Wars book in the corner as usual, not paying attention to the show. Let's see. So I moved in with my boyfriend about a year ago, and in that year we've had the cops called on us like 4 times by our neighbors because we get in a lot of So I don't know if you can tell by looking, but I'm a nerd. My boyfriend's a nerd. He's a black nerd. And we get in fights about the nerdiest things, but we still argue like two black people, so it's not a motherfuckers and niggas. But what we're arguing about is like how to best reboot Buck Rogers, or why Batman can't be out in the daytime, and that's why The Dark Knight sucks. But our white neighbors are not appreciative of this, and the cops come and they say to me, like, ma'am, are you okay? And I go, you know what this motherfucker had the nerve to tell me? He said if you reboot Buck Rogers, Twinkie would be an unnecessary character. Who the fuck is going to carry Dr. Theopolis if you don't have Twinkie? That is some bullshit. Somebody say like that the third time the cops are no longer coming back because they don't care about our bullshit arguments.
Boom. Free Wiggins. Black nerd.
You did that same bit last time you were on stage, right?
Did I? I don't know. I had a stroke last year. I can't remember.
I think so, because I remember, I don't know what Buck Rogers is, and I remember that
Still,
being
really?
my note. Yeah, no, I still, since the last time you were on, I haven't gone back and watched or listened to or read whatever Buck Rogers is. I'm not even sure what it
It's a
is.
comic book and a TV show from the 80s.
Twinkie was like the twink of Buck Rogers. He was a gay robot, and she's pretty much.
Is that true?
Yeah, I
Is
thought
that
it
where
was,
that term comes from? I think so. Super
Yeah, I
real.
did it on the first time I came.
I mean, Twink to me was always a gay robot. So
Well, Twinkie was his name, not Twinkie. But, yeah, it's like last time. I thought I did a different one. Maybe I did that one. I don't remember. I honestly don't.
it's
And I
pretty
don't
funny. It's pretty funny. I think like what we said last time, it is funny. Having the police come over about getting in a fight, and then the fight is just comic book nerd stuff.
Yeah.
And they don't care.
Maybe the references you are using for some of the people who have no idea, like Tony Buck Rogers is, and you could also maybe just update it a little to like, I don't know, Star Wars.
Is that true that Batman doesn't go out during the day?
Well, according to Ed, Batman should not be seen in the daytime. Therefore, that's why the Christopher Nolan movies suck.
Yeah,
Because he goes-
that's
does go
common
out.
sense.
Interesting.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
He really doesn't.
Ed and Ron.
Yeah, I mean,
I think
that
he
makes sense.
Wait, why does that suck? I don't get it.
Because
He's the Dark Knight, so
Yeah,
him fighting Bane at 2 p.m. in the afternoon is somehow
It just doesn't feel right.
it's wrong. It's all wrong.
You agree with that?
yeah, because he's supposed to be in the shadows.
You know, there's shadows in the daytime. There's more shadows.
Well, touche. But I agree.
I mean, I like Christopher Nolan. I don't like the first one, but I like the second two, and he hates all of them. This turned into like, that was actually our first argument was about Batman. And, like, this turned into like a fist fight almost.
What if Batman fucking? What if there's crime going on in the daytime? Batman's like, well, I can't go out. Spider-Man's job.
Well, no, I said more Superman.
But I agree with him. I think, you
Spider-Man
should
is
shorten it up a little bit and maybe not you explaining the description first and then giving an example. But maybe I would just give an example. And then I would also have it be a little bit more, because I'm a nerd and the Buck Rogers thing doesn't work for me either.
Really? Because I don't really know what Buck Rogers is, but I knew what she was getting at.
Yeah.
So I don't know if the reference really matters. I mean,
That's sort of my point about like continuing, I guess, because I think now that I recall, I don't listen to the show, and I'm sorry, Tony.
all about
Yeah.
I do recall now. Like, I think I did it when Bobby Lee was here, and I think I kept the reference because it's not about the reference; it's about like it's a stupid nerdy argument. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
and like even like then it's part of the point is like the cops don't even know what the fuck we're talking about.
Right.
But it's just like motherfucker, how the fuck you gonna tell me Twinkie's unnecessary?
Right.
And this happened the other day when we got in an argument. Like, it happens all the time. Just why we have it, whatever.
Yeah, maybe take it to the next level and just get crazy geeky about it. So even you're kind of proving the point that it's what you're talking about.
The longer version of that bit goes into the many arguments. Like, and the whole his whole he gets mad at me like he got mad at me about. We went to see Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm that person. I tend to go pee like right at the beginning of a movie. Then we got in a huge fight about that. It turned into a stupid.
These do sound like real issues.
Yeah, it doesn't diminish our love, but yeah.
You really are a nerd too, right? Like you own that.
Oh yeah. I'm a sci-fi
What I
nerd.
love is that you are always reading Star Wars stuff. That's always like your opening line. And I know that it's true because I've seen you with different Star Wars stuff. And I think there's something really funny in that, like how a lot of nerds get stereotyped if you watch Star Wars a lot, but if you read Star Wars a lot, that's like the fucking trifecta of nerddom.
Yeah, like somebody was just asking me downstairs like what I thought about a certain like Star Wars book. I was like, oh, that one actually is not that good. But if you go to the second two, you can power through book 11 of the Legacy of the Force. Then books 12 and 13 are awesome.
This is the part where I kick you out for being such a nerd. The natural bully in me has to let you go after dropping book 11. Lee, I love you so much.
I love you too, Tony.
Lee Wiggins. Back to Lee, that's him. We did it again with Lee. This is the part of the show where we bring on our two regulars. These two girls do a new minute each week since the show started. So it's always fun to see what they're going to do different and new, and it's always a blast. So let's get it going. Your first one tonight is a college dropout. She was going to the University of Florida. She only had a few semesters left. Then she came on Kill Tony for the first time, and she decided to stay in LA. And her stand-up career started here a little over a year ago. She's here for you right now with another new minute. It's Kimberly Condon.
What's up, guys? How are you? I am in a long-distance relationship. I don't know if anybody has ever been in one of those, but they're super difficult. They're really hard. It's really hard because I live in California, and my boyfriend lives all the way in my imagination. So it's like not a real thing. I don't think I can be in a relationship because I'm a comedian. It's really hard. So I got online the other day and I almost bought a vibrator on Groupon. But my mom always says that you get what you pay for. So I didn't want to get half off for half off. It was really sad though because I got on eBay and I started bidding on a vibrator. I was like, let's give this a try. And there's no more pathetic feeling than being outbid by a fake penis. Like, I just can't even buy a used fake one online. The universe won't give me that. It's weird when girls fight over men, too, you know? Because there's so many dicks in the...
You've been here before.
Yeah. I love that half off, and the.
You should have used Groupon. Maybe.
It's true. There was vibrators half off on Groupon last
Wow.
week. I missed it. I don't want to
That's
talk
probably
about
better.
it.
It's probably better.
Yeah, it's perfect. It's part of the setup anyway. The Groupon part and the half off, and then the outfit for the dildo. That just sounds so real and funny and depressing.
It's so sad.
That is true. I was once selling the dildo, so I know that's true.
Fuck yeah. And then what were you talking about there at the end? You were going to finish that. There's so many girls.
Well, I just started this whole new bit about I don't understand why women fight over men because there's just like so many dicks. Like I could fit a dick into every crevice and there's still like 40 dicks in the Comedy Store tonight. You know, like there's so many dicks in the world, no one should ever fight over one because chances are it's not going to be that great. Sorry. Okay, fine.
You should run for the president of women. I love that.
I like that platform. There's enough dicks for everybody. And more.
There's a dick, there's a dick, there's a dick. I'd like your vote at the polls, November 14th.
When I was working on that, I was like looking up how many men there are. I wanted percentages of dicks. So I was getting really into that one. It was too much for tonight.
You end up at a pie chart of dick at one point.
I was splitting them up into nationalities.
Wow. Fuck yeah, you
There's
really...
enough for everybody.
And more.
I think there's actually more women.
dicks, white dicks, black dicks. We all come together. A wild fan.
I can really rally behind this.
You think there's more women than guys in the population? Isn't that
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
At the University of Florida, there is.
Whoa. Oh,
There's like 6 girls to every guy.
Wow, that's where the dick fights.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
There are not enough dicks. Never mind.
Great. Again, for some weird reason, I'm going to steal my favorite question that I've ever heard asked on this show. And since I've never asked you this, I'm going to do it. What scares you, Ken?
What
I'm
scares
going to call it from now on, by the way, every episode I'm going to use this, Ron, and I'm going to call it the Funches question.
Cool.
I'm really scared of the dark. Like being by myself in the dark. Also the Comedy Store a little bit. So those two.
Yeah, you keep coming back.
I keep coming. I don't know what it is. That's what the scary part is. I can't stop. So creepy. Okay, well.
Yep, that's how it is.
Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah, that's fun stuff. I like your style, Kim. Anything else for Kim, guys?
It's funny.
Thank you.
You're good at comedy.
Yeah, good job.
Thank you.
Kimberly Congdon is at Kimberly Congdon on Twitter. She did Roast Battle here, a live show that takes place here on Tuesdays, and annihilated a couple weeks ago. That was fun to watch. You're a final comedian of the night, and the other regular here on Kill Tony is a regular here, obviously, and also on the Dysentery podcast. Very, 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 very funny young lady. Put your hands together for Sarah Weinschenk, everybody.
What's up? I'm scared of dying. That's why I think I fixate on the little things. It's how I cope. Because you never know, you know? Like these, I will think about dying if I'm not obsessing about something small. For example, the goat cheese medallions in my fridge. Is that the closest I will ever get to receiving a blue ribbon? Maybe. When I was eating an artichoke, I wondered, is this the closest I will ever be to becoming a cardiologist? It's a thinker. Why has everyone just ignored the fact that 50 Cent wrote a song about his dick in which he called it his magic stick? Remember that? It needs to be addressed. All right.
My favorite punchline of the night. Remember that?
That is good. Album title.
I love it. Those are funny. The medallion one. Am I right? The goat cheese comes in that like white tin foil with the
It's
blue.
like a little circle.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Gotcha. That is a goat cheese medallion.
Yeah.
What do you use this for? What do you do with that?
It just depends on the mood.
Snack.
Yeah, like sometimes I'll put it on a cracker, a gluten-free cracker. Sometimes I'll put it, upon pasta, atop pasta, not upon.
Ooh.
I can tell you.
Upon was way more fun. I like that.
What?
Put it upon pasta.
I know. I should have just stayed in the
Fuck
pocket in
you
the pond. Yeah.
Yeah.
Say what you want.
Have it with some strawberries.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, Tony.
That's good.
Cheese and strawberries?
Well,
Yeah.
Together like that?
Yeah.
Not in the same bite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's an amazing clash. It really is. Yeah. Yeah.
I would never think of that.
Yeah, the two things dance in your mouth. No, they really do. In fact, it reminds me of the amazing cooking of Elise Lane. Available.
The girl with the pan on Facebook and Instagram.
Yes. Did you get to try any of Elise's food today, Sarah?
No, I think I missed this. But shout out to Elise. Keeping it real.
You have like a solid voice.
Yeah.
That's what I like.
Well, it was also good that you talk about, like, right from jump, like, we got a sense of who you are and what you're about, just that you're scared to death. Like, that's kind of an interesting way to open up a set, So I felt like because I feel that way too,
I think that all the time.
But that's obvious the way you say it, and when you say that, we feel that you feel that way. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't sound like you're doing an act, which is cool. Which is I think what you're saying, right?
Yeah. So when you have that's what a lot of people struggle for a long time to get is their own personal rhythm, and you seem to already be well on your way to doing that. And so it was very interesting.
Heck yeah. I love that you opened up with the Funches question, which is what scares you.
Yeah, because I've been
It's like the end of
thinking
8
about
Mile.
that
She
lately.
fucking beat you to it.
Yeah. Oh! Beat everything. Beat the game. What was my next question going to be? It was, is there a specific way of dying that you're more afraid of than others? Is there something that you always think you have or that you're extra paranoid about?
No, just the mystery of it, or like how's it gonna be, what's gonna happen, but then it's like there's no point in worrying about it.
Right.
But also like that also because like it's gonna happen, it also propels me forward. It's like fuck it, I gotta go do my minute. I gotta like fuck it.
Totally.
This could be my last minute. You never know.
Right.
So it's like it like propels me forward, but it also like psychs me out sometimes. I'm serious.
Dying is going to be amazing. We don't have anyone that has ever been able to tell us. It's going to be the greatest thing ever.
Yeah.
Bunch of pussy everywhere. Ghost pussies.
Talk about cum shorts.
That's all it is cum shorts up there. Fuck yeah, Sarah. Fun stuff. Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Sarah Weinshank. She's on Twitter at Princess Shank. Kimberly Congdon's on Twitter at Kimberly Congdon. Kimberly Congdon and Sarah Weinshank, Princess Shank on Twitter. We did it. That's still Tony 64, guys.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Promote something. You guys are on Twitter.
I got my tour coming up.
Yeah.
You go to my website, chrisdelia.com. My tour, I'm doing all 31 cities, so go check that out.
Yes.
Ooh, I'm just at Ron Punches. Just chilling, mostly.
Yeah, but we got our show coming up.
Undateable season 2.
That's right, Tony fans. Get on board. Watch Undateable. Rewatch it. TiVo it. Play it on repeat over and over again. I don't know if that helps numbers or not.
Fuck that anyway.
Yeah.
Just do it. You guys are crazy comedy fans, so blow these guys up. Scott Kidd is on Twitter at Devo Kid.
That's right.
All right, that's DEVOKIDD. That's Devo Kid. And of course, Elise Lane, the newest chef, the newest sponsor of Kill Tony, Private Chef. Follow her on Twitter at Elise Lane, ELYSELAIN. Follow her on Instagram, The Girl with the Pan. And follow her on Facebook, The Girl with the Pan. She's the Girl with the Pan. Delicious food, Elise Lane. Thank you so much, everybody. That's episode 64 of Kill Tony.
Brand new episode of Kill Tony Volume 2. Get up our Tony. Let's go.
Yeah! Hi, everybody. Fuck yes. Here we are, episode 65 of Kill Tony. Everyone, welcome. What a special day. Hi, everybody. Good to see you guys. Here we are again after a delicious meal from our new sponsor, Elise Lane.
That was so good.
She did it again.
I had no idea you were even going to be here, and I was running late. I couldn't get my normal McDonald's. And wow, that's such a better meal.
He gets to live for another week.
That's right.
Thanks to Elise Lane, our gourmet chef. There she is right there in the corner, everybody. Put your hands together for her.
Yes.
Amazing.
That's what I'm talking about, big, small. You know what's up.
What did we have tonight, Elise? What was it? It was panzanella and white bean dip.
That's so delicious.
That's superhuman fuel.
And mozzarella balls, some kind of relish. It was delicious.
She has a gourmet chef touch where you don't even know what the stuff is.
Yeah.
You just keep shoving it in your mouth. That's at Elise Lane on Twitter, and on Facebook and Instagram, she's at the girl with the pan, everybody. That's right, Elise Lane.
What if she's doing like some weird practical joke documentary, like no, we're gonna feed these guys for the next 6 months like dead animals we found on the road. We're gonna make it so delicious they're not even gonna care.
That would be like a whole other show.
Yeah.
Guys, it's a crazy day. We lost the great Robin Williams today. Let's start off with a bang. Let's start off with a sponsor and the death of the day.
Did you, that seems like someone I didn't want to joke about. Like, there's some guys that die, I'm like, well, this guy this and that and that and that. But when he died,
I don't have a joke for it, but I really am shocked that he was hanging out in the middle of that racetrack. All right, you sons of bitches. I know, too soon. Exactly. Nobody has a joke. But in fact, I had probably my first ever emotional death tweet where I talked about how cool he was.
Yeah, that's definitely hit like with like a Kurt Cobain or something when he died. I was like, oh, what the fuck, really?
I had a lot of people asking me, "What's your death joke on Robin Williams?" Because they know that
Yeah, you're the go-to guy.
Yeah, but instead I didn't. I just couldn't bring myself to tweet that shitty racetrack joke that I told on the podcast. I said I'm going to save it for then and make sure that it dies in the room, and then I'll be happy that I didn't tweet it to. But now it's out there. But what's interesting is by the time this episode's out in a week or two, it'll probably not be too soon, and they'll laugh about that racetrack thing.
That's true.
So it's not good tonight, but when the podcast comes up, it'll be ripe and ready. What else has happened? You were in Florida all weekend.
Yeah, I just got home a couple hours ago. Florida, thank you very much for coming out. First time Death Squad was in Florida. So many people came out. It was amazing. I learned a lot of new things about Sam Tripoli. If you guys know Sam Tripoli, if you hang out with that guy long enough, you learn a lot about yourself, about aging. He makes a lot of like old man sounds, like he's just walking around with and then he interviews himself. He's always on his phone, so he just sits there and interviews himself. He goes, yeah, well, who has done that?
Oh, he talks out loud?
Yeah, he's just like, he has like, I don't know, breakdowns or something. It's so interesting. I highly recommend becoming a comic and going on tour with Sam Tripoli. You'll learn a lot about everything. But it was also interesting because when you travel so much, you go to these airports, and as an unfortunate smoker, you hate not being able to smoke. But Denver has this new smoking area of I don't know if they're getting ready for the marijuana or what they're doing, but you walk in, they're like, there's a one-item minimum. Right when you walk in, you're like, Coke, $5. And you have to like buy something just to sit there and have a cigarette.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's great. So you see all these smokers just with like 6, 7-ups in front of them, and like.
I once had a layover. I'm not sure where it was. It might have been Atlanta. I think it was somewhere in the South. And they had a smoking lounge, and it was one of the scariest rooms I've ever been in. It reminded me of, the only thing it reminded me of was that waiting room in Beetlejuice. Like when you die, you have to get a long ticket, and there's like somebody sprinkling head shrinker stuff on your head, and you're like, what? I'm just trying to smoke a cigarette. Get off.
Well, that's what this was. It was about 1/8 the size of this room. Like it was really small with the same amount of people in it. And so there was chairs, and people would stand up, and you'd see the outline of where people sat on the chair. It was like a white chair with yellow outline.
Wow. Denver Airport.
Denver.
I'm going to Denver. I'm going to be in Denver at the end of August in 2 weeks. Yeah. Going to Austin next weekend, and then Denver the weekend after that. So a lot of spots will be opening up here in LA for some of you young comics with Papa Bear out of town. So congratulations to you guys for that.
And we have something big to announce.
Here we go.
Anyway.
Ready?
Yep.
First time announcement. It's Tony Hinchcliffe and Brian Redband live from Stand Up Live in Phoenix, Arizona, October 23rd.
Yes.
So boom. Just heard it, Arizona. If you maybe you smoked some pot before listening to this podcast, you might think to yourself, did they just say they're coming to Phoenix October 23rd? We did.
Stand Up Live is one of the best comedy clubs in the United States.
It's a lot of fun. It's a huge room, and we're trying to fill it up. So let's go for it, Phoenix. Tell your friends how much fun you had last time we were there. But yeah, there's one super fan right here. Hello. Guys, are you excited? This is Kill Tony 65. Every week we have a new head of security, a new patriot to keep us safe. We used to have one guy that did it all the time, and he quit about episode 30. He said he got too big for the show. A guy that was dressed like a superhero every week, and it's not even that our chemistry was good because he was funny or anything. Our chemistry was good because he wasn't funny, but he was trying, and it was a whole thing. So anyway, he said he got too big for the show, and he quit on us, and that he told us that he was irreplaceable. So what we did to fuck with him each week after that is we hired a brand new person to do his job, to show him exactly how replaceable he is. And every week we've had a new patriot, and this week's no different. He's a return patriot because he's done so great for us before. Put your hands together. It's at EDC. It's the Iron Patriot. funniest people in the country. Pete.
Oh, hey, good to hear.
It's good to see you, Pete. You look fantastic.
Thank you.
You're one of the few people who that suit fits absolutely perfectly.
I've been taking fat burners.
What's that?
I've been taking fat burners.
Ooh.
Slimming down.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, last week I wore this suit. I had like a big camel toe. Now, nothing.
Oh, is that what happened? You were trying on the suit last week without our
Yeah, well, this is the back. Just going through the motions, trying to get in the character.
Oh, I love it.
Yep.
That's it. That's it. Let those awkward laughs out, everybody. It's happening.
We should probably also congratulate Pete. He also won his big comedy battle down in La Jolla Comedy Store. Congratulations, Pete.
Oh, thank you.
One of our favorite clubs. They sold it out for the roast battle. That must have been fun. I know you were preparing for it. I got to see your jokes before you went down there because I couldn't make it, and I knew you were going to win. Can you describe to the audience what that's like, all that pressure, big sold-out La Jolla Comedy Store?
I cannot.
Very good.
It's fitting to the character.
Perfect response. Well, we love you, Pete. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Are you guys ready to meet tonight's guests? As always, we have two of the funniest people that I know on the show, and it's always a blast. This is going to be a fun one because this is pretty much my first time working with both of these guys in a non-stand-up capacity. So put your hands together for two of my funniest, newest friends. It's Guy Branum and Mark Norman.
Welcome,
everybody.
Bobby.
It's
Hope you're living like a pimp.
Yeah, here it comes. Yeah. Nothing's happening. Fuck yeah, guys. Mark, any way you guys want to do it. Welcome. You were the first people ever to get the non-intro music?
Yeah. The ghost of Robin Williams decided not to have internet.
So it made it very serious. And I sort of like it that way.
Help is on the way!
Mark and Guy. What's happening, guys? Welcome to the show. Have you ever worked with anything like the Iron Patriot before? Patriot?
I worked in Disneyland for 6 weeks.
Really?
No. But that is terrifying.
Thank you.
Got a nice unit there.
Oh, I thought I lost that.
I have a 4-year-old nephew. It's very similar.
Guys, welcome to the show. I'm excited to have you guys on.
Thanks.
Guy,
You should take that outfit to a tailor. Just to have it taken in a little bit at the waist, it would be a lot more flattering.
Oh, thank you.
maybe that'd be a good plan. Get it fit properly. Since we do use it every week. Guy, I like it. You just gave us an idea that we haven't thought of in 65
Yeah, he's season 2 of Project Lonely, right?
No. I was on season 8 of Last Comic Standing for around 45 seconds.
Actually, Guy, you don't even know this. I've actually known who you were since the day one of moving out here. I think it was. You used to work for one of my favorites, G4, what used to be Tech TV, didn't you?
It's true. I was once a respected gaming journalist. Why did you watch G4? Did you not have sex in high school?
No. When I moved to LA, I didn't have any friends, so I just to hang out with somebody that was not my cat. I went to all the audiences of the screensavers back in the day. And
That's so sad.
It's so sad. But yeah, that's how I met Kevin Pereira and all those guys eventually. And I worked with Kevin, on this podcast, Pointless.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
That's
so
great.
it ended up actually helping me out in the long run. But
He's like a little mogul now. It's very impressive.
yeah, but I've seen you in so many shows. I think you were in somebody else's show. You work on a lot of shows behind the scenes as a writer and
It's a goddamn career, ladies and gentlemen. You just got to make it happen.
Screensavers, what is that?
It used to be before, I don't know, it used to just talk for us nerds. It was a show that talked how to fix our computers and how to, what the internet was.
Imagine the 4th hour of the Today Show, but for people with Asperger's.
Yes.
Hey, you have any questions for tonight's guests?
Possibly. First, Mark, I was reading your Twitter, riveting stuff. I wondered, what was the most shots of tequila kilo you've ever done before getting into a $30 Ironman outfit?
I don't know, 6.
There you go.
Great improv.
That's an interesting question from the Patriot. I'm guessing we had to see a tweet for it to really be funny. So.
Oh, shit, I gotta follow you. I don't get it.
Just a quick follow-up. How many shots of tequila would it take for me to get inside of that Iron Man costume?
The answer is 7.
I was one away.
Patriot, what's your question?
I love you on the 10-minute podcast, and my question is, what was it like to be Curly in the Three Stooges movie?
Oh my God.
Oh, I actually auditioned for that role and had to show up and be like, I'm not good at physical comedy. Yes, I am a gross caricature of a human being, but I mostly just work through things that go into or out of my mouth.
Oh, great answer.
How long have you guys been doing stand-up? Mark?
Coming up on 8 years.
Yeah.
So, still pretty green.
12 years, so clearly I'm taking a more gentle approach than Mark is. It's gradual.
Funny guy.
Well, let's get it on, shall we? You guys know what we're doing. A bunch of comedians do a minute, and then we talk to them about anything in the world. Maybe about what they talked about. Maybe a little bit more about themselves. Anything can happen. Guys, this is episode 65 of Kill Tony. Comedians, you know that your minute is up when you hear the sound of a kitty. Aw, that means you better wrap it up, or else you're going to bring out the angry West Hollywood bear. There he is.
That was your old name, wasn't it?
Yes, are you guys just negging me very indirectly? What the fuck?
Fuck yeah, here we go. You guys ready to get this thing started? Your first comedian tonight goes by the name of Jeanne Whitney.
Alright, yeah.
Jeanne Whitney coming from Seats in the Upper Deck.
I like how much transport time is worked into this podcast.
It's Jean. That's okay.
Jean.
So I was at the store the other day, and I saw this guy who's wearing a T-shirt, and on the front of it it said "Hustler," and on the back it said "Relax, it's just sex," which really makes me want to get a T-shirt that says "Relax, it's just child support." I've watched porn before, but never when I saw like a young girl getting fucked by 5 to 30,000, however number of dudes, and they're all waiting in line to jizz on her face. And I think to myself, she looks like she is really relaxed. It's more like, she looks like she once wanted to be an actress. The great poet Langston Hughes once asked, "What happens to a dream deferred? Does it dry up like a raisin in the sun?" No, it gets cum in its eye. It's quite different. Thank you.
Fuck yeah.
All right, yeah.
54 seconds.
Tough crowd. Good stuff.
Hell yeah.
30,000 people in a pornographic film, that just seems like a logistical nightmare. Did Cecil B. DeMille make porns?
I don't know.
So, young lady, you come up here with material like that, you have to back it up. You have to be able to think about it.
You're right. I'll work that in.
It all started from that T-shirt, and then there was a lot of like math there. Maybe am I the only one that sort of got lost?
I didn't understand the child support joke. I didn't know what you were saying.
Well, relax. It's just sex. Nothing is just sex. You know.
I disagree.
Yeah, you're not having the right kind of sex.
You're a comedian,
So are you.
Well, that's your opinion, but that's not my opinion.
That's your opinion.
Well, Gee, you need to win us over with your opinion. If you show up here, relaxed, and you're doing a very subtle joke, it needs to be something that eventually, slaps me and jizzes in my face with magic and happiness.
Okay.
It can't just nuzzle my cheek.
Yes. Yeah, it has to be obvious. And even, when you think it's obvious to yourself, you have to think that half the people are probably dumber than you in the audience. At least think that way.
Look at them.
At least think that way.
That's true.
at least think that way though, because I mean, there's some jokes that you really have to like really write it out. Because that to me, it's only child support. And that means like, wait, you already have kids and you're trying to fuck this guy and get money from? Like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Right.
You know, I tried that somewhere else and it worked really well, but maybe it's just the way that I said
Well,
it.
when you bring 12 friends, yeah, it's a different story.
I didn't know anybody there.
I'm joking. I'm
She's
joking.
already got the Planned Parenthood.
At Planned Parenthood.
Gene, how long have you been doing stand-up?
Good improv.
Almost a year now.
Nice.
Oh,
A
hey.
year in September.
You do a lot of spots? Like, how many in a week?
About 5 a week.
Do people often say your first name wrong, or they get Gene on the first
They say it
place?
wrong all the time.
Yeah.
All right.
And then what do you normally say when they say it wrong?
I say it's Jean.
And then you... yeah. Yeah. And then you start off with that.
No, well, sometimes I get it right, but sometimes I don't, and then I just correct them. Or I don't correct them, but lately I've been doing it. I'm like, yeah, I'm just going to tell them that it's how to say my name.
If you can get a bit out of that, like a joke out of the name correction, then it's worth it. Otherwise, no one
Change your name
cares.
to, change your name to spelling Jean.
Right.
I don't want to do that.
You
I
have
like
to,
the spelling of
instead
it.
of having to have an opener where it's like, no, my name is, you're not going to win anybody over in your first minute.
That's true.
Well, Gene, honestly, if you're going to be uncompromising, then you need to be uncompromising. Like, if you're not going to change the way you spell your name, then you need to motherfucking let people know how your name is spelled and don't take no for an answer. You can't just come up here and be chill. People aren't going to be cooperative. Like, you can be chill, but you have to make so clear to everyone here that they have to be chill that they're a little bit terrified of it.
Yes.
Gene,
I'm sorry, I was mean.
No. Well, how do you do that? I mean,
But like there are awesome laid back deadpan comedians, or like people who, I mean, look at somebody like Tess Parker who comes up and she's always just like a fun, frivolous pothead, but she's got fucking jokes so that everybody there knows that they're gonna have a good time on her terms, you know?
okay.
yeah. What do you do when you're not doing, what did you do before stand-up?
I did acting and drugs and writing.
What are we talking? Little Coke?
Paint dinner?
Paint dinner. No. Yeah, some coke.
What about junior year in high school in Mexico for Habitat for Humanity mushrooms? Do we have any of those?
Unfortunately, no.
I'm sorry.
You're thinking of Ari Shafir.
So Gene, you know, did you do any acting that we might recognize?
You're so uninterested in this.
Were you in anything fun?
Not unless you were in the Midwest. I did some Deaconess commercials. They were a hospital.
Hey, all right.
Where I had a baby.
What?
Or no. I played a mother and I had a baby.
Oh.
I wasn't giving birth. Like I was a mother.
I was going to say, I saw you in high school. That was a hell of a video.
Wait, do you think you're still a mother and you're trying to get child support? Wait.
No, it's not a painful, traumatic memory.
Do you write like the bit? I mean, the joke, the tag first, and then try to write around it, or how do you come up with what you're doing?
Sometimes I just think of it and then I write it down or I say it out loud. You know, I mean, what do you do?
I usually think of something really crazy and then I try to write a story around it, or I try to write a story and then add all my little silly crazy ideas and throw them into that story. It just differs. Just to you, I was trying to figure out that first joke still. I still don't understand the first. I'm trying to figure out that joke first.
Can I suggest a punch for part of your porn joke?
Yeah.
30,000 is just such a vague thing, and we all know that nobody's actually being fucked by 30,000 people in a porn, and it just sort of like diffuses the energy. I think it is much funnier if a person is being fucked by 5 to 37 and a half men, because it's visual, it's visceral, and it feels possible.
Okay, thanks.
So you're wondering how many of them are little people? Like maybe it was 5 little people, and that adds up to 2.5.
Also, you're a new comic. You don't have fans yet. So, like you were saying, you got to be pretty broad. No offense. You know, but I mean, like, you got to be like,
I'm not saying you should go hacky, but you got to appeal to a lot of people and make it a little easier up top.
Yeah, get your fans first, and then go into your deep, like meanings of child support.
Right.
Jean, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
Jean Whitney. She's on Twitter. It's Jean L. Whitney. But if you're going by my enunciation of her first name, you will not find her on Twitter. So I'll spell that out for you. It's spelled like Jeanne. Jeanne. L. Whitney. All one word. Jean with a silent N and E after. As a host, I used to host the Comedy Store when we would do 40 comics a night. Like, that was the system in the other room. And I did it for years and years and so many weeks. And it would always crack me up when somebody would go, my name's blank, after I say it, always how it's spelled.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Do you think, like, when it's something like this is not a real name, that the parents were just fucking with her and, like, they just never told her?
That's just the French spelling of Jean, you guys, right? Yeah.
Well, welcome to America, Gene. This is what happens when your parents try to croissant up your name. Here's a question I always ask my guests when they're on for the first time. Was there ever anything you did when you first started stand-up that you can't believe you did? Like, that you look back on like a joke, or maybe something crazy, like a puppet, or anything weird that you may have done, say in your first few months doing stand-up? Anything that you look back on and you can't believe you ever said or did?
One use of the N-word on stage, one attempt to do a voice. Both of them turned out as poorly as the other.
Oh, I had an N-word bit myself. I stand by the bit, but it's got the N-word in it, so people don't get on board.
Guys are both dropping N-bombs over here. I wouldn't have guessed that about
Well, I haven't dropped an N-bomb yet. That was just the N-word. But, yeah.
Gotcha. That's it.
It's a solid joke, but, you know, the N-word turns people off, apparently.
It's true.
Who knew?
It's true.
Oh, everything all right,
What's up,
Josh?
producer Josh? For all you podcast fans out there listening to that clicking on and off, that was a special shout out to you guys. Just because we love you. All right, let's keep this fun train moving along. We found out you guys both dropped the N-word, found out how awkward that can get.
Oh, yeah.
I've still never done that. It's just something about it. I just can't. Okay, put your hands together for Mason Grad.
All right, Mason.
There he is. It's Mason Grad, everybody.
That's Mason Goad. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, I just traveled across the United States. It took me a while to get here. Broke down in Kentucky and picked up a hitchhiker. And we was walking down the road, and the wild boar got after us. All right. So he looks at me and says, "You think you can outrun it?" And I was like, "No, I know I can outrun you." But when I come across, I went through, got to Vegas. I went to Colorado too, but I was so high I couldn't remember how long I was there or what I did. Because I didn't even smoke weed until I got to Vegas, because it's not legal in Virginia. I got pulled over by some cops, and it was like, "Sir, are you hauling any drugs, alcohol, any weapons?" I was like, "Hell no, all I'm hauling one's ass." I said, "You let me through here, and I'll be out your way." But anyway, this is my first stand-up, as you can tell, maybe.
There you go. You just did a minute. Mason, you did it. Is this your first time ever? Wow, you got to talk into the mic on all these responses about everything we're about to talk with you with. You got to talk right into that, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, that's number one, is talking in the mic.
Yeah.
You did talk pretty far from it. That's when you hear that squeak noise. I was trying to turn it up times like 30.
Mason,
Sorry about that.
pull that out of the mic stand and put the mic stand behind you, okay?
Yeah. And then keep that mic right next to it, the front of your mouth.
Put the mic stand behind you, Mason. Thank you.
All right. I'm good.
Mason, can I tell you something?
Yes.
I love your style.
Thank you.
That was an awesome minute for it being your first time ever on stage.
Yeah.
You're missing punchlines,
Yeah.
but you sort of have like this old Western, spaghetti Western type of stand-up style to you. It's like, well, I was just taking a little adventure. Like, it's so interesting. And, like, I can almost picture your 1 hour special already.
Yeah.
Mason Grad around the world.
It's funny because you sound like this Southern cowboy, but you look like a Jewish accountant.
It's true.
Doesn't he? He's got the blazer and that hair.
It's true. At any point, you could jump in a phone booth and fly out of here.
Yeah.
Very Clark Kenty.
Superman.
Yeah.
Kind of that.
No, you are very well put together. You clearly took this seriously, and your audience will appreciate and respect that. You just have to be a little bit more in control of what you're doing. And that boy joke, that's a street joke. You can't just go and do street jokes. Yeah.
All right.
You have to do your material.
Okay, I got you.
Hell yeah.
All right.
And I haven't talked to you off stage yet, but it seemed like you were almost reading it or was memorized in your head. You got to take that story and act like you're talking about. You have to say like you're talking to me behind the Comedy Store. You have to make it like me and you were just hanging out. Instead, it felt very scripted and very like you're just trying to remember what the next sentence is.
That's how I was for like my first year of stand-up. Was just sort of like rolling through the jokes as quickly as I could.
I could tell you had it memorized at the part where you were talking about being between Colorado and Las Vegas, and then you thought for a second. The next thing you said was Virginia. Like you went way back on the map, about 10,000 miles.
Well, I did stop in Colorado, so.
Right.
Oh, hey, one more thing. You know when you said you were just hauling ass?
Yeah.
That's your punchline. Let it land. Don't like after you say a punchline, even if it wasn't good and the audience isn't laughing at it, let them know that they should have laughed at it. That is your motherfucking show. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. He was hauling ass.
Do what Guy does. Scare you into laughing.
Fuck yeah.
Hey, you seem very. You were in there.
I'm working on it. Yeah.
What have you been doing for a living up until this point?
Nothing much. I'm not too big on work,
I like that.
Right.
Yeah.
So what do you do for cash?
I just found me a cougar.
Wow.
I'm kidding.
Kidding.
Oh.
No, I was a construction worker.
You can tell what he looks like by that gasp for you podcast listeners that happened after he said cougars.
Which trade were you?
Time steel.
Oh, cool.
Rod Bango.
What was it?
Rod Bango.
Rod Bango?
Rod Bango.
That's a black comic.
Oh, man.
It means that he constructs the supports that the concrete gets poured around so that when it solidifies, it will have strength. I know this because I wasn't always gay.
So, Mason, is stand-up something that you've always wanted to do?
Yeah, I've been told I was a pretty funny guy.
Who told you that?
Mostly drunk people.
Mostly drunk people. Fuck yeah. And where did this adventure start?
It happened in Virginia.
You moved from Virginia.
Yeah, I had a stressful job. I had a relationship that wasn't working, so I just said, forget it. You can keep everything, and I'm out.
Damn. You gave him everything?
Yeah, Is that like a trick joke there?
Hey, let's just keep it moving along, Mason.
Keep it moving. Keep it moving.
I'll ask the questions around here, you son of a bitch. So it started in Virginia. Now, where did things start going south with that? How long?
Presumably North Carolina.
How long were you with this chick?
2 years.
And she got all of the trailer, or?
It was a mobile home. I just let her keep it.
Was it really?
No.
Was it a house?
It was an apartment. I thought she could take over the rent.
The rent, right. Yeah, so you didn't really leave her anything. You actually left her paying full rent, which is a lot worse than leaving her something. That's in fact the opposite of that.
What's the rent there?
$600.
What? $600
for a mobile home? Yeah, $600 for a mobile home. This is not working, is it?
Yeah, it is.
You're on.
Just needs to maybe be a little bit louder.
Were you union?
No.
See, union concrete work, that's good money, but whatever you were doing, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Thank you. That's Robin Williams in the back making things extra creepy for us.
He's fucked up the internet. He's fucked up the microphones, and now he's in the back.
Fuck yeah. Mason, how long did you leave that chick tied up under the stairs before you left her in Virginia? Like, was she already on? Did they find the body yet?
Well, they most seem to run when I say put these chains on.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, that made it creepier.
Yeah. But what I'm trying to get to, marriage is like change. 75% of people get divorced. So I mean that's pretty much like you're chained down. Disneyland.
Honey, and then you put a sentence at the end of it that's funny, and then that's a joke.
And that's a joke.
Fuck yeah. Well, Mason, I could talk to you for the rest of the day. I really could. You're not on Twitter?
Not yet.
Are you on Facebook or something like that?
I'm not on Facebook now.
Did you come here specifically for this show or just to LA to do stand-up? How did you find out about Kill Tony?
You got mail.
Yeah, I just looked on the internet.
You're on the internet.
Yeah.
Farmers.com?
Fuck yeah, Mason. Wait, and is it Brad? Did you spell your last name incorrectly because you're on the most wanted list, or like what is that?
That's Goad.
Goad? G-O-A-D. Wow.
It's like Metallica font that you're using.
Oh,
It really is.
yeah. The A is definitely next to the T there.
G-O-A-D. But it's pronounced Gene. Mason, thank you so much. That's Mason Grant, everybody.
Yeah, Grant!
Look out for him on Twitter. He might join at any point. Mason Grant, I can just picture him tweeting while driving across the country, writing more wacky material. Great first time though, Mason. Great cadence on that guy.
Yeah, cadence.
Yay for cadence.
Yeah. That's all this is.
Oh, so much fun. Fucking, well, let's just keep this fun train moving along. I'm completely ignoring, put your hands together for Jermaine Hall, everybody.
All right.
Oh, shit, you know what that means. Jermaine, you just got blacklisted. Jermaine Hall missed his spot, so in old Kill Tony tradition, he gets blacklisted. But since his name's Jermaine, I'm guessing it's not the first blacklist he's ever been on. So.
Hey, should we change that name blacklisting to You Got Tommy?
No. There you go. There you go. Somebody got it.
It's Comedy Store Gossip, Mark Norman.
Yes.
Is that Tommy Davidson? Ah, what a heck.
Put your hands together for your next comedian, everybody. His name is Zach Kirby.
Saw a bearded lady on the train the other day. Yeah. A couple minutes into the train ride, I look up. I realize, oh, that dude's a chick. I think to myself, does she even know that she has that much hair growing out of her face? Like, you know when you suddenly discover a ridiculously long hair growing out of your arm, or your leg, or between one of your knuckles, or your nipple? You're like, whoa, should rip that out. Like, what if that happened to her today, but all over her face? No, she's probably just a professional bearded lady, I thought. But then that got me thinking even harder. How does one go from amateur bearded ladyism to being able to call himself a professional bearded lady? How do you even do this? And then what? You get paid minimum wage to stand all day in hot glass enclosure doing muscular poses for families of four who all paid $1 each to get in. And you know the amateur bearded ladies have it worse than the professional bearded ladies.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, 57 seconds of bearded lady thunder.
Oh, I'm very concerned about the storage space on his phone. He like you the second week in a row, you were really concerned about turning on your phone. Why would you have that shit turned on?
It cuts out sometimes, so I just didn't want it to like.
Wait, what? What happened? What about a phone? Second week in a row. This is your second time on stage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. I actually did one open mic the night after last.
Oh, congratulations, man! Third time on stage. No.
What happened with the phone?
Yeah, just like last week, I noticed the same thing. He kind of stood up. He's like, "All right, gotta turn on this phone. I need to walk the stage." You know, like you should just have that shit turned on, man. You can just delete the file. You know.
That's what I see other comedians do. I've seen it.
There's a lot of professionalism. I am stunned that this is your third time on stage. You came up here ready to tell jokes, so ready you kind of told half of the first joke staring back towards the curtain. But it doesn't matter. You brought it. We all knew what you were doing.
You're like a sexy Dennis the Menace.
Huge improvement over the last time. Seriously, man.
Wait, third time total?
Third time total.
Oh, wow, that was great. You owned it.
7 days ago was your first time on stage here.
Wow. Right. You gotta get up more.
Yeah. What are you doing at nighttime to where you can't do stand up?
I'm starting at university. I'm transferring university. Semester starts in 2 weeks. I just graduated from junior college.
Where are you going to school?
Cal State Fullerton.
Okay, after you're settled in, you need to start getting up as much as you can. 1 minute at the Comedy Store, you were great, but that's not enough. You have to be at like coffee shops and stuff, telling your 7-minute long bearded lady chunk that no one wants to listen to, so that you can learn that everyone at the beginning of stand-up has some techniques and not others, and you've just decided to apply it to a thing that doesn't exist anymore, and that's something adorable and beautiful.
Yeah. It makes it real that you could have possibly seen a bearded lady. Makes it feel real.
Yeah.
Because nobody else is talking about it.
Yeah, on the right here, I Googled it just to make sure, and I didn't find anything.
Right.
Does he kind of look like you're in the Russian mob?
Yeah, definitely.
When he came up here, I thought British soccer hooligan. I thought slightly inbred British soccer hooligan.
I can see that.
I got this bracket from Tony, actually.
You did, from Doug Benson, right?
Yeah,
wow.
I won it when you guys were on Doug Love's Movie.
That's right. You made a Kill Tony name tag, so I was on the show, and when I had to go pick a random audience member, you had a samurai sword.
Yes.
And then I won that entire competition, and you got to win whatever I picked from you. And that was that jacket.
And a bunch of Death Squad shit.
Mm-hmm.
And when Tony's body is found, we're all going to be witnesses, you guys. This is just a podcast, so we're going to have to describe him. Somewhere in between a Russian mobster, soccer hooligan,
and Dennis the Menace.
Yeah.
I love it. So, Zach, where are you going to go to college next? Where's the university?
Cal State Fullerton.
Nice.
Ooh.
Yeah, man, if I were you, as soon as I get there in 2 weeks, I would go find a place or a bar, some kind of joint, anything, even if it's like a smoothie place, and start a weekly show. And if you just keep doing it every single week, eventually a couple people might come and stick around, and you just got to keep doing it. That's all you need is a karaoke machine and a mic for a place like that to get your own thing started. Then you host it and be up between other comics maybe and get to do more time, and just do your own thing and take chances, because you got to build it.
Talk about fire eaters, guys who do stuff with lions.
Lobster boy.
Yo, Pimp. What's up, baby?
Where you from?
Absolutely. Are you a member of Harry Potter Obama Sonic 10 Inu, Oscar? Excellent. Do you know who I am? You don't know who I am? I've been live streaming my life in the Harry Potter Obama Sonic 10 Inu. Excellent. So what we're doing is we're doing it on here, on Telegram. We're doing 24-hour, or on Twitter, I should say. We're doing 24-hour spaces. I've done them 15 days in a row. I'm still live in the Telegram, but I'm live on here too. I've been live on YouTube for 3.5 years. I stream my entire life 24/7 online, like a real life Truman Show. And we're just letting people in the community know about it. The best thing that you can do if you want to help is to log in with your computer on X and leave your account in here. I see you just hopped down to listener. That's absolutely fine. We're listening to stand-up comedy. So, Oscar, feel free to enjoy and know that we'll be doing this from now until the end of time.
Orange County.
Yes. That explains why you're glowing with white.
Yeah, it's true though. I mean, that's one of the best hits of advice right there. If they don't have like a local mic, be white in comedy. Yeah, it's true. But if you don't have like a local spot, make your own. And there's so many bars that like on a Tuesday they have no business. You walk in on it, just walk around some bars. If they have like 3 people sitting at the bar at 8 o'clock on a Tuesday, go, hey, how about I bring in 10 more people? Wait, can I do this? And then next thing you know, you're going to have more spots than anyone that you know.
Yeah, great. The magical secret of stand-up comedy is good Los Angeles comedians will drive 45 minutes to get real audience at Cal State Fullerton. It's a sad, sad business.
And you could start a comedy club at your college, which I did, and it equals a lot of pussy.
Yeah. And it looks like you love pussy, Zach. You just love big, shaped pieces of pussy.
Bearded woman-shaped pussy, right?
Yeah.
Virgin?
No.
Oh. All right. You and Iron Man have met.
I love that you asked him that question because he doesn't really look like a virgin, but you sound like a virgin, Zach Kirby. Like you could totally host a virgin radio show.
Wow, is that NPR?
Sirius has so many channels these days.
Right.
Can you say welcome to the Virgin Show? I'm Zach Kirby.
Welcome to the Virgin Show. I'm Zach Kirby.
Oh, yeah!
I'd listen to that.
Wow.
I'd listen to that show.
When I heard that, I grew a hymen.
Zach, thank you so much. Another Kill Tony, a Kill Tony baby. Zach Kirby. He's on Twitter at Zach Cool. That's all one word. ZACH Cool. Fuck yeah. Last week was his first time. We got to see.
It's so crazy that he has your old sweatshirt on.
That is,
looks like your old sweatshirt.
That is. I was wondering that when I saw, but I thought there's no way, and I didn't. And I thought I'd sound crazy if I said, "Hey, is that one jacket that I had that I gave away?" But that's awesome.
And that makes sense because I also put in like a girl death squad shirt, and all this other shirt. And the last week he was with somebody that had a death squad shirt, and I was like, oh.
It's awesome. So fun. Nothing more exciting than when somebody comes back and they have their first time here.
Yeah.
Zach's a funny guy. I also believe in Mason, though. That Mason guy was cool.
Yeah.
By the time I got to Vermont, that's when shit got crazy.
He should change his name to Mason Dixon. It's just traveling. He just goes back and forth.
Traveling comedian. Man, you think that's crazy? I'll tell you about the time I took a stagecoach from Mississippi to Michigan. Corey Smith, everybody.
Rocking up and dressing the tight.
We have a very priceless right setup here where you get to watch the comedians walk up. Corey Smith, everybody.
Corey.
Oh, thanks, guys. Thank you. Let's see. You know, I had a really sweet nickname growing up. My friends called me Fat Corey. There was no other Corey. It was just me. Sad life. That's probably why I'm a comic, right? Probably why I'm a comic. Let's see. I was at Taco Bell the other day, and I was eating at a 7-Eleven because I don't know what self-respect is. And this homeless man peered at my window and kind of shook into the spiel on why I should give him money. And I said, dude, I'm a traveling comic, and I kind of live out of here. And he goes, oh, that must suck, and then just moved on. I mean, just moved on. He went to the lady right next to me, gave her the same speech, except he added, and that dude gave me $1. She looked at me, and she knew I was watching. She looked at me, and I was like, let's see. I've been out here in California for about a month now. My first week here, another comic talked me into doing acid in the Redwoods. which seems like a great idea, but have a mild incident in front of a lovely Christian family of zipliners. What's an asset safety zone? I have no clue. I don't know. All right, thanks, guys.
Yeah, Corey Smith. Was that the end of the acid and the redwoods thing?
Yeah. Honestly, it's so recent, and I was too fucked up to write a bunch about it. I'll be honest with you.
What does acid look like? What does acid look like? Is it still on paper, or is it like, can you download it? What's it look like nowadays?
You know, actually, my buddy got it off the internet, and it just looks like a purple piece of gum on a paper. Yeah, I ate paper. Yeah,
like gel.
Yeah, it was on a piece of cardboard. Yeah.
Was that fun?
It was a blast. I am really scared of heights. I kind of fucked everything up. I wasn't really expecting to go up, I'll be honest with you.
Did you see your own death at any point in time?
I actually cried. I had a Sherpa lady with me. She was there to hold my hand, and I was so scared, like the shit was melting on me, and I was having a great time. I'll just be honest with you.
Where are you from? How long have you been doing stand-up?
I'm originally from Michigan, and I've been traveling doing stand-up for the last 8 months.
Hey.
Wow.
Yeah, 8 months.
So you just started stand-up as a traveling process? You just did nothing stand-up and then you went on tour?
Yeah, I just did my own tour. I live out of my car and just kind of couch surf and do that whole thing.
Is that me? Have you met
No, it's the Iron Patriot. He just pissed himself.
Actually,
I would have thought you were on way long. I was thinking 3 to 4 years. You seem very confident, and your jokes actually seem worked on. I guess you have a lot to do in the middle of the night.
12 hours a day. 12 hours a day.
Just a couple of things. Yeah, you seemed really, really polished. You had a persona. I honestly felt like the persona was a little bit too cartoonish. I felt like you were overselling it, and would honestly have just loved all of those jokes so much more if you were delivering them like your regular voice without that little bit of extra Midwest in it, just so that I know that the story about LSD is true and stuff.
Right,
you know?
yeah, no, I felt rushed. I've never prepared for like a 1-minute set before. You know,
another thing, one thing that I think is cool is just that you have such an arty sensibility comedy-wise, and also your aesthetic is very arty, and so you should never ever be here. But like coming here and like comedy storing what is a naturally tattooed and LSD in the redwood sensibility will make you into a really awesome comic.
Yeah, absolutely agree with that. So I love this theme of traveling comedians tonight. So you started, and did you start in Michigan?
Yeah, I started in Kalamazoo.
And then how many nights did you spend there until you hit the road?
I spent 3 months doing comedy, like all over Lansing and Detroit, Kalamazoo,
Las Vegas.
I did one open mic on the way down here in Las Vegas. Lots in Colorado.
Virginia?
Nothing in Virginia, sorry.
Did you run into Mason?
I believe he killed one of my animals, yeah.
There you go.
What's all the traveling about? Just pick a place and do comedy.
Well,
I got bombed here. I'm leaving.
He dicks all over the United States is my goal, yeah.
Why? Do you want to be a comedian?
I do.
Or do you want to be a traveling weirdo?
I want to be
comedy.
Both.
Do you want to be a traveling drug addict, or do you want to be a comedian? I don't
Do
care.
you remember the traveling weirdo boom of the late 80s?
Oh,
It was huge.
Those were good times. Paula Poundstone. Oh, my God.
She was never convicted.
Best anal of my life.
So when are you hitting the road again?
I honestly, I don't know. I didn't really plan it out. I'm staying on a buddy's couch.
See? This isn't comedy. This is weird hobo.
Mark Roman, where are you staying tonight?
I was hoping with you. I haven't had
That's rock and roll to me. I think that's badass being able to do. I mean, being on the road is one of my favorite things ever. I just got back from Florida, and I wish I could have stayed an extra couple of weeks and went up the whole East Coast. To me, there's nothing better than going to a different city and doing comedy.
But you have fans. This is different.
I like
He's trying to own a craft.
Yeah, but if I can do a decent show in every city, I don't give a shit. Mike's a Mike to me.
Are you looking for a scene? Like, are you looking to find a place that has the right scene, and you want to start really go at it there, or are you just wandering?
It kind of hit me like a drug habit. Like, as soon as I started doing comedy, I was just like, I'm fucking doing this. Like, I gave up everything. And I was like, the best way to kind of eat dicks on the road is to be on the road eating those.
Actually, it's an application for your phone called Grindr. You can find dicks
that available on Android, right?
Any city. I don't know. I'm from West Hollywood. I have an iPhone 5.
So you do a gig, and then you get in your car, and then you sleep in the car. What kind of car are we talking about?
It's a badass Chrysler Concorde. They don't make it anymore. Yeah.
Wow.
Damn, it's not making them.
What year?
2002.
Wow.
Good year.
Big backseat. Big backseat.
Go to San Francisco or Portland and start there.
Or Austin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Summertime rain, I don't like summertime rain.
All right. I didn't know you were gay. But
It's true. Just keep driving north until you see people that all look like you. And just stop there and sign up for the first
Yeah, I
day.
tell you, Texas is probably the best scene to start in.
Sure.
One of the best
Thank
scenes, and you'll fit in perfectly, and it's cheap.
I got warrants in Texas.
Oh, and so that's why you're running, isn't it?
That's what
it is.
See,
What? It's a marijuana-related incident. That's all it is.
You'll be legal in a year.
Yeah, 7 years. 7 years.
Beat your girlfriend with marijuana? That's so crazy.
He assumed I had a girlfriend.
Look, if comedy fails, just join a Black Keys cover band. You're in.
Corey, please come back again soon. Corey Smith.
Yeah, good stuff, good stuff.
He's on Twitter. It's up, Corey Smith. Some traveling comedians today. This is a whole new thing.
I love it.
We've never had one of these, and then we have two on the same show. It's just like, yeah, I do a spot, get in my car, keep driving.
I bet his comedy tour coincides with the Fish tour.
There you go.
That was
But something from the Patriot. You may have forgot he was over there. Then all of a sudden, he reminds you.
You know how smart that is, by the way, just picking a band that's that big and how it has so many fans and just becoming like a Fish comic and just having like a show the day before or the day after. That's actually really smart.
That's good. I do that with pussy. I just follow Michael Bublé.
The next comedian's name is Sean Kay.
So I used to get bullied a lot. I know, hard to tell, right? It was weird because every day would be the same thing, right? I'd get beat up and then thrown in the locker. Get beat up and then thrown in the locker. And some days they were nice about it. They just throw me in the locker without beating me up. I think that they don't have to feel bad for me. I had a lot of room in this locker. Used to stretch out, watch Conan. That's where I developed my sense of humor. You know when like the venomous animal gets attacked, it will release its venom to its prey. Well, I was kind of the same way. Whenever I was attacked, I would regurgitate my jokes at my bullies and hope I get a 3-minute head start. Hopefully they wouldn't start running after me. If I could beat them to the punch at least. I felt like, after that happened, I said, I'm going to try to cooperate with them. So, they still beat me up and threw me in the locker, people, is what I'm trying to say. But at least they did it with a much lighter attitude because it's the attitude that counts. Thank you.
None of that made any sense. Let's talk about it.
I've got a lot of notes here. First off, take it easy. I know you like twinks. Secondly, don't sit down. You haven't earned it yet.
Don't sit down, you haven't earned it
No
yet.
offense. I'm
It's
just
a
saying.
fucking minute. This is not 2.5 hours of Stephen Wright.
Yes, exactly.
And even he doesn't sit down.
No, he doesn't. Stand up. Thank you. All right.
Move the mic stand behind you.
That's
Also that. All right. Oh,
I
boy.
love that both people, when given that direction, have not been able to complete it immediately. Took 2 tries.
Also, it's pray, not praise. You said you're a prey to the bullies.
Yeah.
No S.
Yeah. I also heard a D before that S. I heard say prayed. Did you say prayed?
Oh.
Now, for you listeners on the podcast, go back, rewind the tape. Pretty sure you said
feels
prayed.
weird. You look like a weird runaway who needs money.
In fact, he's the only person on tonight's lineup who hasn't been a runaway.
That's true.
I actually don't know that, and he probably is.
Yeah, actually, I didn't get that at all. Like Tony said, I had no idea what happened just there. I was trying to pay attention. It was something about a bully, and that's all I remember.
But he was trying to show his persona. I'm the weakling that gets picked on kind of thing.
Which makes sense. You have the right premise. But just once you get thrown in the locker and you're watching Conan, we're like, oh, we're checked out.
Wait. Taking it to okay, the thing is there's a nice twist in that joke, and you just buried it in there. The thing is they beat you up, they put you in the locker,
And the funny thing is that you're so tiny, there was more than enough space in that locker.
How you living, Mango? Welcome, welcome. Hello, Cheez-It. How you doing, my friend? I appreciate it. Thank you so much. We're live in Twitter Spaces, YouTube, Instagram. I'm live in a bunch of different Twitter. I'm live in a video Twitter Spaces. I'm live in 12 different Discords. I'm live in 16 different YouTube streams simultaneously. I'm live on Twitch, Rumble, YouNow, Billy, you name it. I'm likely live there. How are you, Cheez-It? How's your day going? Excellent. Well, I take it that Z Devlin has told you all about me, so I will save you from my spiel. But you should know some of the things that we do talk about are things like anti-gravity, antimatter, faster than light travel, faster than light communication, ending world hunger through the use of vertical farming, cloud seeding, hydroponics, floating greenhouses, saltwater greenhouses, ending world thirst. I'm sponsored by a cryptocurrency. It's known as Harry Potter Obama Sonic Teninu, and it's worth hundreds of millions of dollars. And we are essentially a project that builds wells in developing areas of Africa. We've built wells in Nigeria already and like to continue that. I'm a major advocate for life straws, and also I'm an advocate for desalination technology, essentially pumping Earth's seawater onto land to make it drinkable for the common person. I'm glad that you're here. I appreciate Z Devlin spreading the word. We've got our robots going, and they are just spamming away. We've had a lot of success thus far with this project. It's now like 72 hours into it of these spam bots, and having a good time. What's new in your neck of the woods, Z Devlin? How's your hand? Okay, that's good. And you've got you were gonna create a server, right? Or organize your server. Were you able to do that? All right. Well, shout out to your firefighter friend. We hope everything is able to improve in their life. I know that you are an outgoing individual, so you'll certainly be able to find other people and perhaps another community if that one doesn't work out, but we hope that one does. If I may ask, Cheez It, do you play Grand Theft Auto as well? What's your role in the role playing servers? Okay, so do you like to be a good guy or a bad guy? Oh, you like to be a good guy. Okay. Okay. Hey, all right. Well, that's good. We like to ensure that you stay out of trouble as well. So that's good. You're in a good spot. And when you do play Grand Theft Auto, what role do you like to play as a good guy? Oh, that's sweet. Okay, so how's the mechanic work? you just have to wait around until people crash their cars and then they come to you and you fix them? Do you ever leave the mechanic shop to go do repairs in the field? Oh, very cool. What kind of modifications do you do on vehicles? Very cool. And do they pay you within the game to do these things? Very cool. Now, when you play for the sheriff's department, what role do you usually take it on the squad? Okay, what's usually given to you? Okay, and all right. And do you ever go on high speed chases after guys? No way. Do you ever get in hostage situations? Most certainly. We've got a new friend in here. I believe their name is something Audi Duske. Oh, that's all right. Did you know them? That's great. How many followers do you have? That's great, man. Yeah, absolutely. That's a really solid account. Okay, so we have um Cheez It here, who is new to Grand Theft Auto. What other games do you like to play, Cheez It? Okay, so you like Minecraft. That's the one that's like Legos, right? Okay, what do you like to do in Minecraft? What do you like to build? Traps and houses. Okay, very cool. Do you like to play? Do you like to play with other people, or you like to play alone? Okay. And do you ever play any of the games that they have on there? The mini games? No. Okay, so you like to build. All right. Do you know what blocks fruits is? That's okay. Do you know what blocks fruits is? Okay, it's some kind of similar game or something like that. I don't know. People are playing that within Discord. Okay, so you like to play Grand Theft Auto, Minecraft. What else do you like to play? Oh, outside of that, you just like, what'd you say? Oh, okay. What kind of movies do you like? What's your favorite movie? The Goonies. Oh, very interesting choice. Okay, cool. Do you what's your favorite movie that you've seen within the last 5 years? Yeah. Okay, very cool. Outside of playing video games and watching movies, what are your other hobbies? Okay, those are two really good hobbies. Excellent. Do you play any sports? Okay. Have you ever played any sports? All right. What'd you play? Oh, really? What position? Okay, very well. What position aside from center on offensive line did you play? Okay, very well. That's a tough role. It's very underappreciated. Did you have the opportunity ever to start? Oh wow, that's impressive. Well, good on you, man. How about you? How about you, Z Devlin? Did you ever play any sports in growing up? That's a tough sport. Well, that's good. That's good that you have that type of self reflection. And yeah, we all grow up and we all mature and we learn from our mistakes. That's part of life. That's great. If I may ask, Cheese It, what social media do you use aside from Discord? Very cool. Do you ever stream on Twitch? Okay, but you have in the past? Very cool. How about you, Z Devlin? You ever stream? What was that? What dot TV? Okay, what is that one? That that's super cool. That's super cool. Um, let's see here. I just want to check it out. Is it still a website? Okay, cool. Let's see what pops up. So you could actually see your character's view on Metal TV, like a body cam of an officer. That is really cool. Oh, Metal, Medal. Okay, very cool. Clip and share your funniest gaming moments. Okay, would it allow you to live stream? Oh, this is cool. Um, let's see here. Would it allow? 100%. Absolutely. So Metal.tv, that didn't happen to allow you to live stream, did it? Okay, cool. Okay. Yeah, that's what it seems like it is. Like you can record your stuff and clip and edit it and stuff. As I look on it, oh, okay. Yeah, 100%. Very cool. Um, so you did it one time. Have you ever thought about being a streamer? Bread and circuses, right? Well, it is unfortunate what happens. Um, well, if you ever want any assistance live streaming, I recommend multi-streaming so that you get the best of all the worlds. I use everything that I do is free, and so I use Rumble Studio, and I think that's probably your best bet if you're ever going to live stream because it allows you to live stream simultaneously on Kick, Rumble, on Twitch, YouTube, all at the same time for free. And the way that I kind of learned about the role playing on GTA is from TikTok. There was a guy who would do the role playing, and I think that it was really cool, and he would get a lot of people to watch him. And I know that at least on Rumble, you can start earning right away, meaning you make money day one. May not be a whole lot of money, but it would allow you to supplement your income a little bit. If you're going to be live streaming or playing GTA, why not be paid for it? I mean, can't beat that if you're interested in that. It's not hard. If you ever want any advice on how to do that, feel free to reach out and I can teach you what I know about it. Um, if I may ask, Cheese It, you used to stream on Twitch a little bit, you said? Very cool. Did you find it hard to gain an audience? 100. Well, that's 134 more than many people. I can tell you, as someone who is live right now on Twitch, um, and I've been live on Twitch for like 3.5 years. It's not easy, especially if you're not, in the top 100 people, 100 streamers or whatever. It's hard to be found on that platform. So if you do stream, the multi-streaming is the way to go, in my opinion, because then you're on all of them simultaneously. You have a unified chat. And so if somebody types to you on YouTube, you can respond to them. Somebody types to you on Twitch, you can respond to them. On Rumble, you can respond to them. Kick, you can respond to them. But it's basically 4 times as much. as much publicity as you are going to get, a like promotion of yourself as you would normally get it, or way more than that. I mean, I'm live on like 33 different platforms right now, ones that you've never heard of, but they're listed in below in the Discord. So if you're ever curious on what other platforms either I stream on, or have any uh, basic, know that at least they're a platform on which you can stream, there below. But there are a lot of them like in other countries that aren't big in the United States. Like Trovo is one of them, D Live's one of them, You Now is one of them, Bigo is one of like there are so many. And so if you ever choose to do the streaming route again, I highly recommend multi-streaming, because then you're not just stuck on one platform where you're going to stream for an entire year and get 134 people. At least you'll get them on all different, platforms and such. But 134 is nothing to sneeze at, especially when you're just a small streamer and you don't have all the money to be able to self-promote like a lot of these bigger streamers. That's good. And if I may ask, Cheesa, you were streaming Grand Theft Auto for the majority of that? Okay. And you've streamed for a whole year? I mean, that's a lot of times you have streamed. So you're basically somewhat of an experienced streamer, are you not? Okay, very cool. Well, the same invitation to you. If you ever want to learn how to multi-stream, I certainly can help you with that. Everything that I do is free. So like it won't cost you anything. But I understand too. I certainly understand if you're just gaming with friends and people may not want their voices broadcast, or they may want the anonymity. Well, then that doesn't all have to be live streamed either, and you can keep that private too. So I totally get that. Well, that's cool. And you play football, or you've played football. Do you have a favorite football team that you like to watch? Well, then you guys are national champions this year. Congratulations. Well, that's great. How about you, Z Devlin? Who's your team? Very cool. Very cool. Who do you think's going to win March Madness this year? I understand that. Well, we'll be watching all the games of the March Madness in here. So if you're interested, we do a bracket with some of the people in not just this community, but the cryptocurrency I'm in. You guys know what brackets are, right? It's like where you pick all 64 teams and who's going to win. Exactly. So that's fun. We'll be starting that up. And what else? I mean, really, in the spring there's March Madness, and then um, baseball a little bit. But really, we have when it gets to be pro football season, which I know is still a ways off. We in this community, this cryptocurrency I'm in, we do fantasy football, and so that just finished. It's a lot of fun, and I don't know about you guys. You guys ever play fantasy football? Oh, it's so much fun. The reason why it's so much fun, normally, like, I'm an LA guy and we didn't really have teams for a long time. They were in other cities, and even now with them being back, it's one of those things where nobody's a really big sports fan of pro football. in Los Angeles. It's more of a Lakers and Dodgers area. And so I never really got into one single pro football team. But with fantasy football, you do a draft and essentially you choose players from any team, and then they get points every week, and it makes you go from just a casual fan to a diehard, where you're watching games that you would have never watched before because you want your team to do well. And so I did that with this cryptocurrency this year, and I've done it in the past as well. And it really it makes me go from watching 0 games a year in pro football like I normally do to watching like at least bits and pieces of hundreds of them. And so that's a really cool thing. And they do have it for baseball, but baseball is a lot. 162 games is a lot of games of which to keep track. So we don't really do that. And then there's pro basketball, which is cool, but there's a lot of games for that too. And a lot of times, just due to injuries or guys' egos or whatever, it's not as fun. So we did last year an NCAA March Madness bracket. We had about 20 people in there, and it was a lot of fun. And we'll watch the games in here and just continue to grow. I've got to say that I told Z Devlin this the other day, but his coming in here was the start of something really special. I keep getting random people who keep coming in here and learning about me from Twitter, which is great. I mean, I've only been doing this on Twitter like 72 hours, and I have learned some strategies to be able to avoid getting my accounts banned. And so that's beneficial to me to be able to do this more, to have a more effective strategy. Aside from that, Z Devlin knows that basically, if you're not aware, I really like stand-up comedy. I really like podcasts as well. Elon Musk was on Joe Rogan Experience yesterday. It came out. I was telling Z Devlin that I was gonna watch that. So we watched that yesterday. It was really interesting what he had to say about space and about the government and just about the historic times in which we're living. So I thought that was really cool. I really like podcasts I'll say I like podcasts where I learn. However, stand-up comedy, I don't necessarily learn that much, but it's funny. So I do have a soft spot in my heart to laugh as well. But I really like the Joe Rogan Experience. I learned a lot from that. Lex Friedman, I learned a lot from that one. I like just like history podcasts. I like ufology podcasts. I like AI podcasts. All of those are, really interesting to me. I have been doing this thing where I just like my thing is I want to avoid copyright strikes because I'm streaming on so many different platforms. If I show copyrighted material, I can lose my account because of it. I've lost a lot of accounts because of just random copyright strikes that I get. Like I keep a radio on 24 hours a day on Los Angeles radio. And so just so that if anybody ever goes to one of my streams at any point of any day throughout my streams, let's say 3 years ago, they know what was going on in the world at that very moment. I think that's a really cool thing that I'm building like this huge timeline. And sometimes they play what's called bumper music on the radio. I don't know if you know what that is, but it's like maybe like a 15-second segment of just a song before they go to commercials. And you can get nailed for copyright strike for that kind of music. So, I have to be really careful to avoid some copyright strikes. Now, you may ask, like, well, I thought you watched the Super Bowl and March Madness and all this other stuff. I do, and I watch it in different ways, and I'll have like simultaneous sounds going on sometimes if I do that to avoid getting a ban, something like that. But I would love to just watch movies, though I have watched a lot of movies on this over the course of the last 3.5 years. We've done our best. When I say we, other people in the Discord as well, and just people who I've known who just have followed me through this journey. We've watched every Oscar winner since 1929. We watch the best picture nominees every year, do our best to. Um, we'll watch. I do my best to watch like all the major television series, I should say. So like The Sopranos, Game of Thrones, things like Stranger Things, Seinfeld, Family Guy. I've watched all of those on here. I basically do my best to make this stream a compilation of the world's history, but also the world's art. And so we've listened to all the major audiobooks, especially religious texts that for all religions that I can really find throughout this. We have listened to major audiobooks, major albums of music artists. Another thing that I like to do is sing karaoke in some karaoke servers. And also I've got to say, before I started doing this, I didn't sing karaoke. I sang karaoke once on my twice actually. I sang it once on my 21st birthday. That was or actually it was a friend's 21st birthday, right around when I had just turned 21. And then I did it again like my senior year at university, something like that. Like one of my last weekends. Aside from that, I never sung karaoke publicly, but I find that the communities are really supportive, and all you've got to do is, get the song and just sing. So I enjoy doing that, and just do my best to keep entertainment going 24 hours a day. That's not always easy. And then we've got some other people in here. Welcome, welcome. We have some other people in here who are currently studying, like their university, or they're getting like tech certifications. So I help to advise them on some of those. I have certifications in I'm a certified project management professional, and I have certifications in big data. So I'm able to help them with what they're doing. Got people all over the world in here, especially people from India, people from Australia, people from Canada, people from Israel, and some people from the UK. Those are the big countries where I get people. I do get people from other places as well, and you never know where people are from. But that kind of keeps us doing things 24 hours. Especially the people in Australia, I'll find they'll keep me up all night because what's night in the United States is day there, and so we'll be up really late with those people, and they're really nice. What else do we do that's fun on here? I do IRL streaming, so I've streamed as far north as Santa Barbara, as far south as San Diego. I've streamed as far west as the Pacific Ocean, as far east as the desert and mountains. I've streamed in Beverly Hills, in downtown Los Angeles. I've streamed at Disneyland. Basically, I've streamed at every major place in Southern California, but that's expensive to do. So not only do I have to have my car and insurance and gas and tires and all those things, but then I have to have battery packs. I have to have data for all of my devices, and it's a lot of work to do that. And it's very expensive to be an IRL streamer. And I plan on, when I go viral, I'm going to be the biggest IRL streamer in the world, just like Z Devlin had said with the body cam. I'd like to wear a body cam 24/7 and give people a first person view of my life. But and I used to do that actually with what are the cameras that I use? They are GoPros. I would put GoPros on my head and GoPros on my chest and really give people a first person view of what I do. And I've had people fans of mine who have, I say fans of mine, I guess that's what you call them. They have, like, one person, a few people have come and done room tours with me. And we've had like a picnic in the local park. So I do meet people IRL on stream. I do my best to kind of limit that now, though, just because I don't always know who these people are, and they just randomly show up, and I just kind of have to be cautious. You never know who's going to be out there, but I do enjoy meeting people on stream, and I have, I've been to the doctor on stream, or like the eye doctor on stream, the dentist on stream, um, of course, the store and the mall and all kinds of stuff like that. So I do my best to give people a really well-rounded view of my life. And, if you didn't know it, I have more data than any person ever. And I really think I could be wrong. I say this all the time, but within a month, we could be viral. And the reason why I say that is all I have to do is keep these robots going on Twitter. And, that's what got Z Devlin in here. It's gotten some other people in here. And we're just going to continue to grow. So I know I'm summarizing a lot here. If I may ask, Cheez It, do you have any questions for me? Okay, very well. Well, we're going to continue watching some stand-up comedy. Feel free to just chill here if you want. You can stay here. Z Devlin knows he can stay here all day if you want. And if you want to talk, we can talk too. But I want you to know that most of all, in addition to streaming my life and world peace and all the other things that I talk about, Cheez It, you should know that I'm here to support you in anything that you do. I want to see you grow as a person. I want you to continue to mature as a person and accomplish your goals. And if you ever need a positive person in your life, I'm here for you. I'm here to be optimistic. I'm here to give you hope. So just know that you've got a new friend in me. In fact, let me send you a friend request in Discord so that we're connected there. And if you ever need anything from me and I can help you, I'm certainly here to provide you with any support that I can. And additionally, my community's here to help you. So maybe there's something in which I'm not an expert, perhaps, who knows, but there's someone who is an expert in here. We'll get you connected to anybody that you need. And just know that I appreciate you being here. And again, if you need anything from me, I'm here to help you. Sound good? Excellent. All right, with that, here is Kill Tony. If you don't know what Kill Tony is, you will. It's becoming very, very popular. It's the world's largest live podcast. Now, the ones that we're watching, since I'm doing a marathon of them, these aren't live, but they were taped live. They were taped in front of a live audience. And basically, it's people who are amateur comedians who come up and they have 1 minute to make a panel laugh. And then the panel gives them constructive criticism. And while I don't always agree with the jokes that they say, and sometimes the jokes are not always that appropriate or professional, I know that humor changes over the course of years and such. It's really interesting to see basically people overcome their fears and, to go up and do public speaking and to try to tell jokes. And so there are 700 episodes thus far, or 706 or something like that. And each week it airs from Joe Rogan's Comedy Mothership in Austin, Texas. And it has become very, very popular. And it's really interesting to see when they first started this podcast, they weren't making any money on this. They were broke. And now they're all millionaires. And so we're kind of watching that journey. They've been doing it now for like 11 years straight, every single Monday. And it's becoming more and more popular with each week. So Monday night, we'll watch it. It airs usually about 6 p.m. Pacific. And I just keep these things going. Oh, one of the reasons why I watch this, though, as opposed to watching Netflix or Hulu or something, is I'll get that copyright strike when I start watching that kind of stuff. But these don't have copyright strikes. They're at this point, they're not copyrighted or considered copyrighted. So I just let them go. And the other thing that I like about it, if you don't like somebody's jokes, well, okay, wait 2 minutes and somebody else will be up there and they'll give you a minute of comedy. If you don't like that person's jokes, wait another 2 minutes and they'll have somebody else up there. So it's pretty quick and you'll figure out what they do. And if at any time you want to watch something else, you let me know. So with that, here's Kill Tony, and I'm going to adjust the camera, that alternative camera there, to make it easier on you guys. I should have told you, if you're ever like, Rabbi, I hear you twice. It's because I have 2 cameras in the same room and 2 microphones in the same room. So if you ever want, you can mute the one that has the podcast on it if you just want to hear me without an echo. But if you want to hear the podcast better, make sure to unmute it. And with that, just one moment, I will adjust the camera. Oh, let me say, Z Devlin, thank you so much for introducing me to Cheez It. They're a very kind person, and as are you. And just know how much I appreciate you spreading the word. Thank you.
To land on that joke and not sort of like muddy it up with the other stuff and let that be the surprise for the audience. Also, you can't tell jokes about how funny you are. Nobody can tell jokes about how funny they are. That's the whole point of a joke, is that you show people how funny you are.
Absolutely.
Show not tell.
I was just trying to like convey that, you know, like the kind of like the defense mechanism was, that's part of my real life, was whenever I was bullied, I would kind of use my sense of humor as a way of my defense mechanism.
Then show me that. Yeah. Here I am, a gigantic man being very mean to you. Show me that you can use comedy to deflect that.
Why are you sitting down again?
He got nervous because he was getting bullied.
Stand up and you take it, Sean. Or else we're going to throw you in the fucking locker we keep behind this curtain.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Also, to newer comics, I've been there a million times, say hello or say something right when you get up here. Just go, hey, how you doing? Then move the mic stand out of the way. Don't just go right into it. You go right into it, it's hard for the audience to kind of, like, oh, shit, we're starting now? Okay, let me pay attention. We don't want to pay attention. You got to make us want to pay attention. So go, hey, how you doing? Look at me, kind of thing. Just even anything. What's up, everybody? Whatever. That helps.
Yeah, punch us with a joke. Preferably a joke that tells us a little bit about who you are. But, like, you only have 1 minute. You don't get to do, like, a whole bit for that entire minute. Like, a couple of people have done that. Like, that's 1 minute. Tell us 2 or 3 jokes, okay? Like, show us. Because the first one, people are not going to be paying attention. Then they'll hear a couple of people laugh, and they'll be like, oh, that tiny little redheaded man, we should pay attention to him. And then the second joke, maybe they'll be there for you.
Give us an example of a time in which your sense of humor got you over on a bully.
Well, I mean,
it was without sitting down. You motherfucker. You will stand up and you will answer these questions.
Do you have knee issues of some sort?
Well, actually, my spine's been hurting a lot, but
Jesus, we are having acid. We have guys that just drove here from Virginia and Michigan that have better posture than you.
Busy, if you want your coccyx to hurt, I can help you out with that.
He's not kidding.
Sean, who was the worst? Who was the bully's name that was the meanest to you in school?
His name was Daniel. Well, he was
Daniel what? Say his name and put it out there in the cosmos.
Daniel Radcliffe of Harry Potter.
Daniel Radcliffe is 6 inches taller than him.
Get in this rocker, bitch.
Yeah, now that I kind of think about it, this is very actually depressing, but this is not funny at all. It's not funny.
Trust me, you will get revenge on all the bullies that ever bullied you. I got revenge on all mine. I sent fucking PETA to my friends' houses. I made up fake websites where I was feeding my dog fake dogs, like Listerine strips and turtles and babies. It was this huge production I spent 6 months on, and it was the best revenge because I guess the guy had a bunch of warrants for animal abuse anyways, and they came in. It was amazing. It played out perfectly. You got to find a humor in being bullied, man, because a lot of comics did get bullied, including myself, and there's nothing to it. You're going to get revenge. Being a comic's the best way. So,
what did Daniel do to you?
Should I say that here?
Yeah, say his last name also so we can all fucking tweet him. What's his name?
I'd rather not do that. But I mean, like,
you're going to let him push you around?
You want to be a motherfucking comedian?
Yeah.
Well, what do you do to you?
What does this guy do now?
Well, like, I'll give you one.
Answer any of these questions that I've asked you. Just any one of the questions.
Well, like,
what does he do? What did he do? What's he like?
It was like Saul, pretty much. Like, he just like psychologically try to torture me, like try to like like physically, mentally, emotionally. Like you just fuck with me like every
Any
day.
example?
Like you, like my grandmother would just die, and he would just talk about like my grandmother dying and like really like fucking with me and like.
That's harsh. Damn. That's
Yeah. What's his last name? What's his? The people want it. You gotta do it.
We will all protect you.
Do it for your grandma.
Sean, it's me, Grandma. Say his name.
I'm here with Robin Williams. Talk to me.
Sean, it's okay. You can say his name. Grandma loves you, Sean.
Yeah, don't be scared.
You don't want to say it. Why don't you want to say it?
Why are we bullying this guy now?
Oh, you're right. Don't say it.
I mean, like I really.
Sorry for the farting. I've been farting.
I really believe, like like Frank Sinatra said, massive. To gain massive success is the best revenge, like Red Bear said. So I truly feel like my work.
Gain massive.
Did Sinatra stutter like that?
It's like no, truly, I believe what Red Bear said.
Look, the lady. It's as Frank Sinatra once said, it was a very good year. Sean, I love your style, man. Can you at least tell us what, like, other than your grandma, like, what physically did these people do to you?
Oh boy.
You didn't even get bullied.
That was like Vietnam flashbacks.
Yeah.
He looked up at the lights and he saw helicopters.
Did they physically shove you in your locker, or did you just pick that as like a?
That wasn't even true. Like they just like whooped my ass. Really.
It was something real. You're gonna have good stories about stuff that was real that happened to you.
Yeah, they just beat my ass. That was pretty much it.
Yes.
Did you ever beat anybody up? Did you ever bully anyone?
Yeah,
Did you ever shove anybody in a locker?
I mean, I did, pick on somebody that had a stutter like Josh Martin, but like, it was.
Wow, you say Josh Martin's full name.
I was just giving
What's up? How are you, Bitcoin MLK? Hope you're living a wonderful day.
You fight is Seth Green.
Oh, yes.
I don't know who's who.
He's like Seth Green.
Wait, what was that, Patriot?
Excellent. We're just watching Kill Tony. Feel free to enjoy. Thank you so much for being here.
Sean, thank you so much. Thank you.
All right, Sean.
Hey, Sean, one last thing, Sean. How about this? Every time you come on the show, you give us another letter of the guy's last name. What's the first letter
Bitcoin
of the
MLK, I
last
can't hear you right now. Apologies. It's loud.
Yeah, see? Write this down, guys.
I'm glad you're here, though. You're doing exactly right. And we're gonna once East Denver is done, we're gonna have tons of people in here. You're doing exactly right, though. Thank you so much for being here.
I'm guessing his last name is Charles.
And thank you. Yeah, just one moment. Hold on one second, guys.
Now that he's gotten a
Yeah, go ahead, Bitcoin MLK. What's up, big dog? No, it ends every 24 hours. So every 24 hours, I have to start a new one because that's the longest amount of a Twitter space that Twitter will allow you to have is 24 hours on an iOS device. That's okay. That's Fabi. If you want to get a hold of Fabi, probably the best way is in Telegram. Yeah, that's Fabi. You know Fabi in the Telegram. Yeah, Fabi. Hey, thank you. It's stand-up comedy, and just know how much I appreciate you being in here, Bitcoin MLK. I know that sometimes you got to leave, but just know you're helping the community, and we are able to essentially. Word, dog. Irvine. Yeah, but that's like 40. No, that's like 50 miles north. Nope. Thankfully. I did. I watched it. We watched it on the stream earlier today. Sure. Without getting too political, I want world peace. So I would really like to see them come to amicable conclusions, and I would have liked to see them not have, had such a disagreement. Yeah, I'm in agreement with you on that. It's not the way that I would have wanted that meeting to go. Well, it's one of those things. I mean, I can't control what they do. But there you go. That's how it is, Big Dog. Hey, welcome. Welcome. How are you, Big Dog? All right, there you go. We're watching Kill Tony. Feel free to enjoy, my friend. We're glad that you're here. How you living, Pimp?
Down. In the back of the so happy.
This is like a literal hangman, you know? Eventually we'll hang that fucker.
We started C, everybody. So for you Kill Tony fans, number 65, that'll be #C. The next comedian goes by the name of Chandler Raper.
Wow!
Yeah! Raper! You remember Chandler?
Chandler Raper. This is like a mix between Friends and Dexter.
There you go. A 75-year-old gay guy asked for my number the other day. And the worst part is, when I said no, he looked genuinely surprised. I was like, what kind of signals am I sending to make him think that was an actual possibility? And once the look of shock went off his face, he said, oh, he's shy. Like, that's the only reason you can make up that I may not be into it? Because I'm shy? Maybe that's it. Or maybe it's because I'm only comfortable being naked around one dick at a time. I got a dick, you got a dick, that's 2 dicks. That's double my threshold. And even if I was into that type of thing, maybe I just don't want to fuck the crypt keeper.
Fuck yeah, Chandler, 32 seconds.
Didn't feel like doing the extra 20 seconds, but...
First off, way to put the mic behind you, as Guy says. He likes things behind
it. But
you didn't say hello. Say hello. You went right into it.
Thank you.
Thank you. I need a hey. Hey. I'm something. Just to start the show. It's like a palate cleanser.
That's all right.
That's all right.
Chandler, just a couple of things. First of all, I don't know if you've seen The Normal Heart on HBO, but we don't have 75-year-old gay guys. They all died in 1987.
That's a true story.
It's a true story. All right, well, it felt like a bit of a caricature. I mean, it's like, good for you. You stuck it to a 75-year-old gay guy. They've had it too good for too long since they lived through years of oppression and criminalization of their existence. Good for you. No, I'm not saying you should have fucked him. I'm saying if you're going to find ways to make jokes about it, like saying, haha, that dude's gross, probably isn't the best thing to do, especially after it's been established that one of the people who's going to ridicule you afterwards is himself a moderately unattractive gay guy.
Could one call a 75-year-old gay guy a Freddy Cougar?
Oh. No, you just call him a statistical anomaly.
How about a Freddie Mercury?
Freddie Mercury. That's actually the car that Mason drove out Freddie Mercury. Now, Chandler, am I correct? It was your first time ever on stage here last week?
The week before.
Wow. So this is another,
Again, great stage presence.
Yeah, set was solid.
Look, technically everything you did was fine. It was just annoying.
The only thing wrong is the
I
keys
started to
on
look
the
for
belt.
another bit, but I saw that you were coming, so I thought, I'm not going to skip it because you're here. So I went for it because you
treat you like an equal.
Yes, I really appreciate that.
I said the N-word my first time.
Oh, is that right?
That's not a good idea either.
No, it's not. Let me just ask you, this is a nitpicky thing. Your keys are on your belt loop.
Get the keys out of there, man.
They're so close. They're so close to your pocket. What are you doing? Why not put them in?
One of my
Teasing.
biggest pet peeves in the world.
Teasing the pocket.
Thank you so much.
Why would you do that?
I have so few crazy pet peeves. That's totally one of them.
Yeah,
That's one thing that Josh Martin does. He keeps his keys on the outside of his belt loop, so he walks around and it sounds like a fucking dog running around.
Oh, yeah, right.
Dog with the chain, like, good boy, I hear you.
Joe Rogan wears a belt chain still, like the wallet belt that he wears.
What?
I swear to God.
Yeah, but he's sexy from the 90s, so that makes it okay.
Yeah. That's Silverchair talking, baby.
Plus, it still doesn't make noise like keys on a belt loop.
No, it makes way worse noise.
Well,
When you hear a big chain like rocking around, hitting things, breaking windows.
Listen to Josh. He walks right by the microphone with that shit.
He has all these keys, but he doesn't own anything.
On a live
Yeah, what's that all about?
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, that's right. What are those keys
He
for?
doesn't own a thing.
Yeah.
That's the ironic thing. Guys with a bunch of keys never have shit. They don't have cars or a house.
Did you get up anywhere since we last saw you? Have you been doing any spots or?
No, I put my name in last week, but didn't get called up.
All right. Ha Ha. I'm sorry for saying this, comedy store. Ha Ha Cafe every day. You pay $5 to get a beer. You fucking do 5 minutes. You do at least 3 or 4 times a week. The place sucks. You're going to hate it. You know, it's like boot camp. All right, you get a Bud Light though, so just chill out. But every day, I think it's sign-ups at 5, shows at 6. You have to do it.
Have you been signing up
do
for
it?
No, for the bottle?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, but that's easy. That you just sign up for at 6 o'clock, and then no matter what, you can sign up for that 7 o'clock show, and then do this afterwards. So there's literally no point not signing up for that.
Any comic that doesn't do that, you guys don't understand. It will help you. It's just doing it 3, 4 times a week. In 6 months, you're going to become a billion times better just from that. And you're going. Unfortunately, all the audience is mostly comics, but they're going to help you out, and they're going to do the exact same shit we're doing here. You have to go through that. There's no cheat codes to that part. You have to get like comfortable on stage, and you have to really figure out what the fuck you're talking about.
I agree.
You have to have stage time.
Imagine learning the piano 1 minute at a time. You know, you can't do it. You gotta work it out, and I can't stand. No offense, or Mason Dixon, or whatever the other guy with the red head. You can't, Gene. Thank you. You can't do this. There's an audience here. You got to do it everywhere. Do it at a Mexican restaurant.
Sounds great, my man. Thank you so much for bringing in Cheez-It. Absolutely, I'll give it to him 100%. Word, dog, 100%. That's exactly right. Excellent, sounds great.
Restaurants, do it in a driveway, whatever, on a porch.
Coffee shops, but no one wants to hear you talk.
There's a really good website called the Comedy Bureau. There you can check out, and there are like 7 or 8 open mics every night.
Yeah. You really, if you put in the time, guess what? You're going to have the best job ever where you just get paid for doing 10-minute spots, 15-minute spots.
Is there a reason why you only do this show?
Well, the first time I was up was the first time I'd ever put my name in a bucket. I finally got the balls to do it. And
Why are you so comfortable on stage, though?
I don't know.
Some people have that.
It's weird.
Yeah, it's the secret nature. It's the raw self-confidence that comes from having 75-year-old gay guys be into you.
That's right. Chandler. Now, you're originally from, what is it, Missouri?
Alabama.
And you've been out here for how long?
Well, this time since April.
Right. So was that the first time a gay guy's ever hit on you?
This actually happened the last time I lived in LA. This is kind of an old story. It's one of the first things that I've written.
Is it weird seeing Jews just walking around?
I thought that the city Jews were Amish.
You're like, hey,
I did also. That's normal for
really?
Midwest people. My guys are like, oh my God, there's Amish people in LA. What the fuck?
You're like, why are they holding an iPhone?
Yeah.
Chandler. What else is different from Alabama? Anything else? You got 75-year-old gay guys hitting on you.
Pretty much everything. I come from a town of like 3,500 people.
3,500 people.
Have you personally ever killed a mockingbird?
Or a 75-year-old Jewish person that hit on you. Is he in the mattress of a Motel 6 right now?
Not at liberty to say.
Shout out some racial slurs, you know, that we might not.
Chandler, thank you. That's a fun new minute from Chandler Raper.
All right,
Raper. Debut 2 weeks ago here on Kill Tony. He's on Twitter at Chandler with no D. Chandler with no D, because there's no D in Chandler. Chandler, Chandler with no D is his Twitter handle. That's all one word.
How many times has they gone, Raper? He goes, yeah, I know, but it's rapist. Those are the bad ones. How many times have you made that correction, I bet?
Raper's an amazing comedy name.
Good name.
Mm-hmm. Anything can happen with
Raper! Those girls at Jezebel are just going to be so hurt by this. They can't formally take offense at it,
right.
But still.
Right.
He should change his name. Right?
Are women funny?
Well, we're going to find out right now.
All right.
Oh my God, Mark Norman.
I asked the question.
Oh my God.
We have two regulars that do a new minute at the end of each episode. So
Ooh, regulars.
This is when it happens. Going up first tonight, you know her from the Dysentery podcast and from here on Kill Tony. Really fun, goofy style. Always a new minute from the stylings of Sarah Weinstein.
Hi, everyone. I'm going to swallow my gum real quick. Done. That was a real moment. I was given a cactus. Not happy about it. A girlfriend of mine gave me a cactus as a present. It was a real passive-aggressive move. I've been taking it really personally. I'm like, what's the problem? You don't think I can handle an orchid? I'm serious. Why the fuck would I want a cactus? In case I get a sunburn and I need to get some aloe vera out? A cactus? Or cacti in general? It's a great gift to give to someone that you're unsure about. It's just a subtle fuck you. You're not emotionally mature enough for flowers. Okay, done.
All right.
Was the end of it, the emotionally mature enough for flowers?
I don't really know. The cat threw me off there.
It's a loud cat.
Yeah.
I've killed 2 cactuses for the same exact reason. People gave me, because like, oh, this he can't take care of this shit. Yeah, it's the worst.
How do you kill it?
You just don't.
You have to put a stake in its heart.
Yeah. Like, you think cactuses don't need water, but they actually probably do, I think.
They do.
Yeah, just like
That's what I was going to say. It's a really, really, really funny premise that you have, that your friends are underestimating your ability to take care of something. And I think there is something funny in the fact that I don't think everybody knows exactly whether you can kill a cactus or not. And it does seem like somewhat of a challenge. Like, it's definitely the zombie of the plant world, to where, you know, there's stuff there.
That's a good tag right there.
Well, thank you.
Wow.
Thanks for that tag, Tony.
You're welcome, Sarah.
That's why I'm here, everybody. These helpful tags.
I loved your persona, your cadence, your attitude. I was just looking for that one beautiful, beautiful line about cacti. And you're clearly writing your way there. I'm mostly just going to ridicule your outfit, okay?
Right?
For those of you listening at home, she's like, no, it's fucking adorable, but I'm going to make some jokes about it. Is that a one piece or is that a skirt and a top?
Skirt and top.
Okay, so it's a skirt. It's a low black skirt that's kind of a it's a navy blue pleated skirt, white pleated top with a little bow tie. I'm going to open up by saying there are 4 of us. Could we get a booth? Because it looks like she is a hostess at a steakhouse.
Or
it looks like she is a hostess at a steakhouse. I'm going to follow that up with, what percentage of your wardrobe does come from Liza Minnelli's garage sales?
It's more like a Wednesday Addams.
That's weird you say something about her outfit because she is notorious for always wearing her pants like pat, you know, like really like up to her nipples or like mom jean skit from Saturday Night Live. No, dude, you like that style at all?
No, she's fucking adorable.
She's adorable.
What you don't understand is the hilarious roasting of each other that you do. This is what we lady comics do to each other when we are sassing each other.
Right. A Liza Minnelli garage sale line is like the finishing maneuver in a gay lady war.
Thank you.
I personally think she looks beautiful, but I agree. I think that you. Never mind. I think the waist needs to be reevaluated. People's waistline needs to be reevaluated. The belt goes down like 2 inches above your dick, right? Or
Thank you for watching Project Runway. Now back to Kill Tony.
Sarah, I don't know if you know how women work. She doesn't have a dick.
She used to. So that's what the ghost dick was.
Getting off its track, everybody. Way off its track. And we're driving it a little bit farther off the track, so let's bring it back. Sarah, that was a great new minute.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you so much.
Wait.
Sarah, cactus.
Really good.
Cactus material. Cactus material.
What was the first thing we laughed at? Me
The swallowing of the gum.
Yeah,
That's hilarious. That might be my
yes.
favorite opener.
I swallow almost every other piece of gum that I eat. And fucking watermelon seeds. Get the fuck out of here. Like is that all bullshit, right?
No, we all swallow.
No, I mean like that shit lives there and they're all having like
But the thing is, she swallowed gum. That was her setting it up. Like I've been saying all night, you gotta set it up.
Yeah.
It showed who she was. It showed her persona.
She's being real.
Yes.
Mark, if you always swallow, people will think you're a slut.
You didn't.
I was talking about cum, you guys. It was a hilarious joke about cum.
That was the cum joke.
All right, we get it. You're gay.
Speaking of cum, coming to the stage now, our other regular, she dropped out of college at Florida once she did Kill Tony for the first time. And she's written a new minute every single Monday and Kill Tony ever since. Put your hands together for it's Kimberly Congdon.
Hi, everybody. So I know we all heard about Robin Williams passing away today, which is very, very sad. It is. No, I know. It's very sad. Because he was a legendary actor, was an amazing, amazing comedian, and a great father, you know? And I feel like a lot of the comedians thought the same thing that I did when I found out. Why couldn't it have been my father? I think that the passing of Robin Williams has really proven we don't give a fuck about Gaza. That's a part of getting older, though. I guess as you grow old, you start losing your idols, which is sad. That's the part about getting old I don't look forward to. That and saggy titties.
Wow. 3 big bangers from Kimberly Congdon.
Best that you've had the last 10 sets, I would say.
Thank you.
Oh, she's been here.
Yeah, she does every episode.
Oh, the last 2 girls, they're here every week.
Oh, okay, all right, learning.
Very fun. You took chances with the Robin Williams thing, stayed in the pocket till the punchline. That's fun that you're willing to tackle topical stuff, you know, and not just invest everything in the long term, but willing to take chances. Because you have a great format to be able to do that out of in a place like this, especially with breaking news. So for you to do it both times, you went into Robin Williams the first time, I'm like, oh God, no. You came out in the clear. And then when you went back to Robin Williams, I'm like, fuck. You did it again somehow, and then you ended with a good joke, and that's what it's all.
Tony, both were like, oh.
Obviously, those jokes are a little bit more tailored to comedians, you know, the opener at least, but that's totally fine that you're taking chances like that and playing the card that you're dealt really, really well.
Yeah, also, she twisted it on herself, which didn't make it. I was assuming that you were going to, like, honor him, and then slam him in some sort of like inciting kind of way. And the fact that you made it about your own dad, I thought was lovely. And that you worked with the energy of the dude who was being super enthusiastic and didn't break for that. I thought was beautiful.
Yes. Some douche up there was chatting.
Yep.
But you didn't let it go yet.
But also, like, she raised an issue that has big energy to it. The audience has got to be responsive. She has to be able to surf on that.
Sure. And then you made the Gaza joke, which is
so true.
Double topical, powerful.
Yeah. Well done.
Bling, 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 bling.
The minute flew by.
It did. Kimberly Condon, everybody. There she goes.
Twitter at Kimberly Condon. Sarah Weinshank's on Twitter at Princess Shank. That's Princess Shank. And at Kimberly Condon.
You see,
Sarah
guys, women
Weinshank,
are funny.
Kimberly Condon. And those two girls, that's a brand new minute. They do that each week.
Oh.
Wild, right?
Kimberly's a goddamn machine. I saw her in roast battle, and she tore that other bitch up.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You did see that. Congratulations, Kimberly. That's right.
She won. Kimberly is considered by many to be the Ronda Rousey of the women's field of roast battlers, which is a great crown to have.
Ronda does not like black guys.
What? Hi-oh! Double inside information for you listeners that hate us. Pete, what's going on, buddy? You want to promote anything? You're at PDC on Twitter, one of our best pals, one of our good friends.
That's right. Find me everywhere on Twitter at PDC, and I'll be roast battling here September 2nd.
Yep.
If you want to come watch that.
There you go.
That's about it. I'll be on Joshua Tree in about 2.5 hours.
Speaking of Joshua, Joshua Martin is a producer and a great helper of the show. Our speech impediment friend over there.
Yeah, Josh.
Say hi to the crowd, Josh.
Good job, Josh.
Say hi, you fucking pussy. All right. He's on Twitter at Joshua Martin Comic. Always fun. Guys, what do you got coming up? Let's come up with some stuff.
August 29th, Good Month Theater Talk Show, the game show.
August 29th.
Do you have a podcast yet?
I do not have a podcast.
Why don't you have a podcast? Everyone in the city has a podcast. You seem one of the most funniest people I've ever met.
You're so sweet. I'll see what I can do.
All right.
Mark has a very funny podcast. Tell the people about it.
Yeah, you'd be a great fit at Death Squad.
Yeah. You want to do a Death Squad podcast?
Sure.
I have to say, fuck distance there. You might be.
That's how it happened. Mark, what's coming up? What do you got? Very funny on Twitter. You're one of those comedians that actually tweets funny stuff throughout the day. Like,
That's right.
Very, very few like you left. I just started following you.
Everybody's promoting now. But thank you. Yeah, follow me on Twitter, and I got a podcast called Tuesdays with Stories, another podcast called We're All Friends Here, which Guy has been on and really unloaded.
People tell horrible stories about themselves. Ali Wong talked about blowing somebody while he poops.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah, you'd be perfect for this.
Good time. So, yeah. Check me out in New York. If you're ever in New York, check my website and all that shit.
Mark Norman's in New York.
Oh, I have an album. So, yeah.
Come see us in Phoenix.
Yes.
October.
October 23rd.
And usually Toronto, we're coming.
Yeah, Toronto, Ohio. There's a bunch of new dates that's coming in soon. Go to DeathSquad.tv. Go to TonyHicksBlock.com. We love you.
Good night. Thank you, live audience.
Elevator music. Oh.
Fuck yeah, everybody. This is it. This is where the magic happens. Hi, everyone. How you doing? Happy Monday. All right. Fuck yeah. It's a real live audience, everybody. You can tell by that reaction that we do not use laugh tracks or fake applause. That's as real as it gets. I'm excited that everybody's here. So much fun. This is episode 66 of Kill Tony, ladies and gentlemen. 66.
That gentleman is celebrating it with a 66 on his sleeve right up there. Yeah.
That's a 66 on your
Yeah.
sleeve.
Look at that.
We always have somebody on that top shelf wearing the number of whatever episode we have, and the tradition continues here tonight with the 66.
I love sixes.
Indeed. I think everybody does. Everybody's a big fan of 6. 7, it starts to get a little bit weird, right?
It's weird.
Guys, I'm so excited about tonight's episode. Put your hands together for our sponsor, our real sponsor, Gourmet Chef Elise Lane, everybody, sitting right over there.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Holy shit,
This was the best week so far.
She'll be on Dining with Doug and Karen Monday, August 26th on that podcast. And you can follow her on Instagram and Facebook. She's at The Girl with the Pan. She makes us gourmet meals every evening.
Today was the best.
Everybody's saying that today was the best. She made me a special salad that I haven't gotten to eat yet. However, she made everybody else steak and blue cheese pizzas.
Yeah.
Steak and blue pizzas. Balsamic marinated steak. Gorgonzola blue cheese. Crushed tomato concasse. Am I saying that right? Concasse. All right, I'm going to take it from the top. Steak and blue pizzas with a balsamic marinated steak. Gorgonzola blue cheese. Crushed tomato concasse. Did I say it wrong again? How do you say it? Concasse. All right. I'm not going to take it from there. I'm going to take it from the middle. Concasse sauce with spinach and olive oil salad and fleur de sel. Did I say that right? Boom.
It was delicious. It's my favorite thing. There's something about balsamic shit mixed with steak and blue cheese, like that combo. It just drives me crazy.
I had Italian for lunch today, and I forgot how good Italian bread with olive oil and balsamic is, just straight up.
Yeah.
Just a classic combination that people have been eating for centuries, right? But that's one of the perfect ones. Bread with balsamic and olive oil. Look out.
Diet tip. Fuck dressing. Just use balsamic vinegar. There's 0 calories in vinegar. I put that shit on everything. Chicken, fucking lettuce, whatever.
You know what's crazy is that now I'm thinking about it, and I'm starting to realize that we're describing these delicious meals to people listening on a podcast. They're just starting their work day and everything, and now they're going to be starving way before lunch.
Good.
Steak and blue pizza.
Man, can you imagine having like a party though and having that catered with this? No, that's perfect. So if you need a catering,
yeah, if you need any catering at Elise Lane, guys.
Yes. And by the way, we have something huge to announce this Wednesday. Our first time doing this, guys. We're having our first Death Squad secret show, live comedy show from the main room. 8 o'clock. We got Bill Bear, Chris D'Elia, Steve Renazizi, Henry Phillips, Eliza Schlesinger, Tony, myself, and some secret guests that we're not allowed to say. But do the math. Look who's here this weekend. Find out what's going on. Figure it out. And we got some amazing time. That's this Wednesday. It's only $10. 8 o'clock. We're at the comedy.
2 days from now. 8 p.m. A super show.
Do it.
Also, happy to announce Phoenix,
Oh, yeah.
Arizona.
Fuck yeah. That's another one. We're going to be in Phoenix, Arizona, October 23rd at Stand Up Live. We're returning there, me and Tony, doing some sets there. That's
It's going to be so much fun. We did that last year, and we got a huge turnout. It's a gigantic comedy club, so please, Phoenix, come out. We have to try to fill it.
Yeah.
It's like 500 or 600 seats or something crazy.
It's ridiculous. And it's attached to something that's kind of like that bar down the street.
So if you know anybody that lives in Phoenix, that once lived in Phoenix, or if you have any cousins or your meth dealer or whatever goes on in Phoenix, please invite them out to that show. That's October 23rd.
And don't forget, we also have October 16th, Funny Bone in Columbus, Ohio, the beginning of our huge Midwest tour. And the tickets will be on sale soon for that.
Oh, that's crazy. It's going to be one continuous thing.
Yep.
The Death Squad tour starts in the middle of October. Guys, are you ready for Kill Tony 66? Let's get this shit rolling. We always have a head of security to keep us safe. This week will be no different. This is this guy's first time playing the Patriot role. He's one of the smartest, funniest rising comics here at the Comedy Store. A lot of people compare him to a young Tony Hinchcliffe. He's very well spoken. He does a lot of spots. He works hard. He writes hard. He can riff in the moment, come up with stuff up right off the top of his head. One of our smartest, funniest young friends playing the Patriot tonight. It's Stuart Thompson, ladies and gentlemen. The pronunciation Patriot. This guy is Stanford, right? UC Berkeley. Probably our Patriot with the best resume ever.
Best curriculum vitae of the Patriots.
There you go. You could have probably easily have pronounced say correctly.
Concassay?
Yeah, did I say it right? Boom. Concassay. Fleur de sel. Anyway, how you doing? I love that you're wearing the penny loafers tonight. Not many Patriots have done that before. I've never actually seen ankle from a Patriot.
Do you have socks on, or is that just swamp feet? What do you got there?
Wow. Fuck yeah. That's how loafers are worn. You would know. They teach me that at Berkeley, right?
Yeah. It's nice to know that the Patriot outfit comes in ankle pants. I love that.
Yeah, you got the iron capris on.
Oh my god, it is iron capris. It's so funny. Yeah. Oh, look at you flipping characters on us. I like that.
That'd be awesome to get a little ankle bracelet on.
Yeah. Well, I'm so glad you're here. You're going to keep us safe. A lot of fun stuff's about to happen. I'm going to bring up tonight's guests. This is a very special one for me because they're two of my truly funniest friends. One, they call him the Persian Elvis, the master of disaster. You know him from so many great things. And also Jamar Neighbors, one of the funniest regulars here at the Comedy Store, a late night guru. Just always hilarious. We started together, so put your hands together for him, everybody. It's Monster Brawny and Jamar Neighbors. Exciting one. This is a very exciting combination of guests that I have tonight. Wow. So excited that you guys are here.
How you doing?
Welcome.
Yeah.
Maz, this is your first time on the show.
First time? I didn't even know the show existed.
There you go.
So you asked me last week.
I know. And Jamar, this is your second time.
This is my second time, man.
Maz, have you ever performed on stage with anything like that standing next to the stage?
That's pretty cool, man. Now, he's got to stand the whole time, or does he get a chair? Hour and a half, you got to stand? Here's a fainting couch regular.
There's a fainting couch where once about every other episode, the Patriot passes out at some point from dehydration, and he just falls back on that.
Is that a belt buckle? I thought the shape of his dick was a circle.
It's the iron bulge.
The iron bulge. Fantastic. And it's right where the microphone would be.
Yeah.
Does it speak?
Well, I don't truly be watching all of you tonight.
Whoa. That was you.
Jesus.
I don't know. You tried. You got to do it. You went for it. That's what counts.
You definitely went for it. What was that? A James Earl Jones or something?
If you put on a mask, you got a voice amplifier, and you might as well get rid of it.
He's got great enunciation.
Yeah, I can only think about it every time I hear him talk. He's like, when you have the opportunity to, grab like the wells and do a good James Earl Jones impression, I think you should just go for it.
Listen, people really think about how they breathe. So.
There you go. He's 1 for 5 on the night. He's still swinging.
He's swinging hard.
He's like the guy that swings at home run derby and misses.
He's swinging, man. That's what.
I like when you beach balls. I think.
I like those loafers, man. It's like a Power Rangers going to prom and shit. I went to Cal as well.
Yeah,
but I didn't enunciate like him, so I didn't. Yeah, I don't have the. He's got like you got good, like you could be like a news anchor with that.
Let's listen to him talk some more. Every week the Patriot always asks our two guests a question. Patriot, what do you got for our guests tonight?
Well, I had started hearing roast stories from the bikes that I meet, and I always love sharing horror stories and really cool stuff. Jamar and I have had the pleasure of going on the road to San Diego. So my question for Jamar is, what was your most horrific comedy show on the road at Disneyland? And then with Maz, since you were worldwide, I would love to hear about your most horrific road story outside of you.
All right. Yeah, iron monologue. So it's a 4-part question. And then if you just elaborate. Normally it's a question. Tonight it's an essay. I feel like I'm allowed to throw an ice bucket water on it.
With the airport lounge while you were traveling, part 3 of the question is part 4 of the question. No, those are good questions, man. Especially if Jamar were to say the worst road trip was when you had to travel with you. That would be nice.
That shit was very, very. That's one of them.
Yeah, with the San Diego.
With the San Diego, and he doesn't stop riffing, and he's an awesome riffer, but it's like, nigga, shut the fuck up. But the worst one ever was probably. Oh, have you ever been to Did you guys ever go to Osaka?
I knew you were going to
Osaka
say.
Joe's. Osaka
I
Joe's.
somehow knew that was the one place you were going to pick.
It was San Luis Obispo because he only paid us in sushi.
This guy, it's like, he would only pay us in very, very amazing sushi when they started. He's like, I know these guys from Japan. It's an amazing sushi place. Come up, you can eat all the premium rolls that you want. And it was amazing. The catch is that we were just doing like 10 minutes of stand-up. It was a 5.5 hour long drive.
So would the headliner get better sushi, or was it like?
No, everybody got to eat in the opener. It was all you could eat. Amazing sushi.
Something people, I mean, and you guys are all comedy fans, but people don't know is like when you start out, like you would take exactly what you just said. You would drive 5 hours, and you convince yourself this is worth it.
Totally,
because you're gonna get a meal out of it.
An amazing meal. Because you couldn't. I remember at the time I loved sushi, but we weren't eating. We couldn't possibly eat it.
We're next to Katana. There's a sushi place right next door.
Right.
You could have just gone next door.
No, you need that money thing. That's the thing. When you're starting out.
Osaka Joe kept talking about everybody he knew, right? Like he'd swear up and down he was the most connected person ever. He had these khaki, they were pants, and they were hung up on the wall, and he said those were Jerry's pants from Seinfeld.
Right.
But they were like, Jerry wasn't that fat though.
Right.
Wait. So he didn't have like pictures with the star?
No.
He had his pants?
No, he just had these pants in a frame, and he said, "These are Jerry Seinfeld's pants."
That is about any pants.
I didn't give a fuck. I was just like, nigga, shut up. Like,
that gig was crazy because what it did was, at least for me, is it reminded me of what it can be like. You know what I mean? When you're eating delicious, high-grade sushi. It was sort of a special trip.
Did he give you a place to stay, or you had to drive back?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
it was a great host. It was actually really fun, but you just didn't get paid.
So you got paid in hotel and sushi. You'd be like,
it wasn't even a hotel. It was like a closet attached to it.
Jerry Seinfeld's closet.
It was very small. It was like
Jerry Seinfeld's closet. Those are his pants. Right there. Michael Richards' shirt.
So true. Osaka Joe's is crazy. I bet it's still open.
Michael Richards' set list and shit.
Yeah. All right. So how about you, Maz? Craziest road thing?
Well, there's a lot.
Let me narrow it down for you. Yeah, because here's one that I want to know. Other side of the world, something crazy happens.
Well, before I get to the other side of the world, how about Brawley, California, which is almost the other side of the world. You guys remember Little Larry? You know Little Larry?
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know Little Larry, he's a little guy, and he was a comedian and a tour bus guy. He was for the Star Tours.
He's terrible.
And Little Larry showed up. And Little Larry showed up one time, and he goes, "Listen, I got a gig in Brawley." And he goes, I want you and Steve Renazizi and Al Madrigal. And all three of us, we said, all right, so it's like a 5-hour drive. We drove down there, and it was kind of funny because it's right on the border of Mexico and America, California, and it's called Brawley. And I realized later why, because when we got down there, Larry first said, listen, watch my set, give me some feedback. And the first thing he did when he went up there was he turned on some music and started doing the Running Man and took off his shirt and he's skinny, and he was just in like a jersey, just doing the running man. That was a set. And I love Larry, but I told him afterwards, like, Larry, well, the first part is you got to start writing jokes. You can't just do the running man. And then the irony of it though is Larry was like a good luck charm because that same year, me, Steve, and Al, we each got a TV show like that. We all ended up on a show that year, so we're like, he was like our lucky charm. Right. The thing, it was Brawley. So here I am headlining the end of the show, doing my show. A lot of Latinos in the audience. I'm doing my thing. I got to do like 30, 40 minutes. Halfway through my set, like 50% of the audience stands up and runs out. And I was like, oh shit, the Federales showed up. I honestly thought, that's what I thought. I was like, these guys, I said, those guys were all illegal because it wasn't like, nobody said anything. They all just like looked at each other, got up and ran out. Oh my God. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, we're on the border. There's a raid going on. I've never had this in my entire life. And I'm like, do I keep going? Do I do crowd work? You know what I'm saying? You know, you, sir, you know, what do you do for a living? You know, like, I'm a coyote, you know, shit, you know, I bring people across the border, you know, great. So I was like, I'm just going to finish. I finished, and it turned out, this is the thing for Brawley, is when I realized what kind of town this is. The promoter, his ex-wife showed up with her friend, and his girlfriend was there as well. So the girlfriend had gone to the bathroom, and the ex-wife and her friend got up and went to the bathroom and beat the crap out. Like, there was blood. Like, that's why everyone got up and ran, because, like, cops showed up. They were breaking up fights. I was like, holy shit, this is Brawley. Like, it was like, that's the town. And that was why they call it Brawley. They saw what we called Brawley, and we did not keep our hotel room that night. We came back. Yeah, so that shit happens on the road. Here in California. Yeah, I don't have to go international.
And for those of you that don't know, like, they really do. They call you the Persian Elvis.
Well, Tripoli, I think, called me Persian Elvis, otherwise known as Pelvis. That's my that was a joke. So no, we did the Axis Evil comedy tour, and then it took off, and then we started doing really well. And then we went to the Middle East in 2007, and actually started doing shows for the people of the Middle East. That was the first time that there'd been like a group of American comics that went out there. It was weird because we didn't expect it to be that hot. Once we landed, they were like, all right, we have a press conference scheduled later this evening. We're like, press conference? You know, what the hell? And we showed up, and there was like a bunch of people lined up press, like waiting to hear what we had to say. And it was the trippiest thing. And then suddenly we were like being treated like royalty out there. And it's weird to just like make a trip. Like, and then you come back to LA and you land, and like you're playing cab drivers, you know. And so here you're a cab driver over there, you're royalty.
Do you ever go back to visit, or is it something that you're like, now I'm fine?
No, I go out there a lot. There's actually a lot of other American comedians have started going out there now. So like, we go out there now, and there's a lot of, like, some of the companies, I don't know, like, I just did Saudi Arabia. This was trippy. Before, the first time I ever did Saudi Arabia, it was underground. It was like a rave, because it was illegal to do stand-up, but you had like a prince that would sponsor it, so you could come in. And they would also say, when you come through immigration, they go, don't say you're here for stand-up comedy. Like, performing is illegal. You're not supposed to perform. Oh my God. Live performances are illegal. They said if they ask you at the border what you're here for, just tell them you're a consultant. And I was like, consulting what? They go, I don't know, just make it up. So I'm freaking out. I'm like, what am I consulting on? And I was freaking out. I was coming to the immigration, and the craziest shit happened. You know how, like, usually, like, when you go through passport control, there's one dude facing this way and another dude facing that way, and like there's two lines. So as I'm talking to my guy, the guy that's dealing with the guy on the other side starts going, he looks at the guy's passport and he goes, British? And the guy goes, yes, I'm British. And then the guy goes, hey, James Bond. And the guy was like, no, I'm not James Bond. He goes, no, James Bond. And then and the guy's like, no, I'm not James Bond. He didn't look anything like James Bond. But the passport control guy was convinced for some reason, just kept calling him James Bond, and the guy was like, no, and then he tapped my guy, that passport guy tapped my guy, and goes, hey, James Bond, and my guy turns around and goes, hey, James Bond, and I was like, holy shit, what are the chances this guy has got these guys preoccupied with James Bond? And I was like, they didn't ask me any questions, he just turned around, looked at me, and said, hey, James Bond, I was like, James Bond, and he stamped my passport, I went right through. And that was like the first time I performed. It was the underground shows, so it was mixed audiences. The most recent time I went, now they're doing public shows. Like, there's other princes that have made it so that it's illegal to do it. So the trippiest thing was, when you perform, this side of the room, the right side, are families, men, women, and kids. The left side is all dudes. just divided like that, and it's the weirdest thing in the world.
Is there things that you're still not allowed to talk about? Like you can't talk about goats or something?
No, it's like goats. Red Band, everyone knows you're not supposed to talk about goats in Saudi Arabia.
Okay, ask you about goats.
Did he say goat?
Just say
That
your
is bullshit. He insulted my pit goat. No, it's funny. No, it's funny you say that because they're like when you go there, they always say don't talk about sex, religion, and politics. That's what they say. Yeah, exactly. And you're like, hello, good night. No, but actually it was interesting because they had said they brought Eddie Griffin there before me, and they said you can't cuss. Yeah, check that. Yeah, that's how it's like. Yeah, and so I was like,
how did you fare at this place?
Oh man, I fuck up real bad.
There you go. Like you can't do that. But here's what's crazy. This is what they told me because I asked them. I go, listen, I was running these jokes by them. I was like, what if there's a joke I reference masturbation? Can I say masturbation? And the promoters, they're young guys, were like, listen, bro, Eddie Griffin was here and he did like 45 minutes of clean, and then at a certain point he said something like, you know, they told me I can't cuss, but I'm not sure. And then all the side with the guys were all like, yeah. So he's like, fuck it, I'm gonna cuss the last 15 minutes. And supposedly the guys on the left, all the guys were loving it. The families were shocked. And I experienced that a little bit because I did a couple references where I would say like blah 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 penis. This left half. The right half, like, I can't believe he said penis. Wow. Then I would do like a political joke, and the right half would go, oh, it's fantastic. And the left half would be like, what's this bullshit?
Did they really seat them like separately like that?
They were literally seated separately. And here's what's
it's like performing at Congress or something.
Dude, because the part of it too is you're walking on eggshells because internationally you also don't know like what can I say, what can't I say. So like I do some jokes about Bin Laden, and like when you do a joke where you make fun of Bin Laden in America, you get laughs. But he's from Saudi Arabia, and his family is actually a prominent family. It's like saying the Kennedys. Like imagine if the Kennedys had someone who'd done that shit. Well, whatever, not the Kennedys. But you know what I'm saying.
Somebody that we really love. If like a Saudi Arabian comedian came here, it was like, fuck the Michael Keaton.
Yeah, so exactly.
Like, what?
Yeah. Did you
just talk about that man like that?
Exactly. Exactly. So that's what. So as I would go into those jokes, I was like, I don't know if I can make fun of Bin Laden or not. And I did the jokes, and I think some of them were offended by it, and it was kind of weird to have that experience. But overall, the comedy's actually spread all over the world because of the internet and stuff.
Yeah.
So all these guys know who everyone is.
I love it. Well, let's get it on.
All right.
You guys know how it works. Comedians get 60 seconds, and then we just talk to them. You know 60 seconds is up, comedians, when you hear the sound of a kitty. You could all hear that, right? That's at the same volume level as everything else, right? Okay. Well, that means you got to wrap it up when you hear that cat. Don't go any longer than that, or else you're going to bring out the angry West Hollywood bear. Yeah. Sounds extra angry tonight. A bird just made it out of its reach. That is one crazy bear. So let's get it started. Kill Tony, episode 66. To the bucket we go. And your first comedian tonight. We've had a lot of first-timers lately. We've had a lot of funny regulars. Anything can happen. So let's see where we start. With Ori Amir. I know this guy. He's a double-natured biomolecular neurosurgeon student from USC. Put your hands together for Ori Amir. Here we go.
I love Americans very much. But you guys are so impolite. Do you mind if I demonstrate? Here. See, this is the polite way to hand over a dildo. Please stop handing me dildos like this. It's so impolite. You guys, don't worry, this is only the inside clean vaginas. Unlike my penis. You guys like prop comedy? Hey, look, I got the Jewish nose. Don't worry, I can make this joke because I'm a dirty Jew. As you can tell, because my dildo is circumcised. Remember, folks, it's not the size of your dildo, it's how proudly you display it. So, you guys want to purchase dildos after the show? I can give you a discount.
Wow. first thing I'm going to say is, Maz, I'm sorry you had to see that. That is
My goats would eat him at this point.
Jamar, you almost had a dildo fall on you at one point. I apologize to you. Tori, Amir, if you would have told me that you're the guy that's the brain surgeon out of the open mic circuit, and then you did that, I would have been pretty surprised. Normally you're talking about smart stuff, and you decided to go with a whole bag of dildos, huh?
I figured, well, people look down at dick jokes, and people look down at prop comedy. What if I combine the two?
Is that your real accent?
Yeah.
Where are you from?
Israel.
Israel, fantastic.
Anytime someone with an accent comes up with a bag and you don't know what the fuck's in it, and he goes in and he goes slow and he takes it out, I'm like, man, okay, nigga, you're funny. I'm like, you win.
Come on, black man, stop racial profiling.
Man, shit.
One thing's for sure, you better hope nobody from Israel sees you put the dildo up your nose and call yourself a dirty Jew, because you're not going to have a good homecoming when you go back.
And then when he took out the dildo, I kind of wished it was a gun.
But you're a medical student?
Neuroscientist. I'm not going to cure anybody.
You're an Israeli neuroscientist, and you decided to go with a bag with a dildo. You should talk about that. That's interesting. There's not a lot of Israeli neuroscientists who stand up. Do you know any?
Well, I mean, no, definitely not. First of all,
that's a unique point of view.
Yeah, I don't know any kind of scientist.
Don't encourage that shit, man. I'm like that shit. Too smart for nigga. Are you crazy? You're too smart for that shit.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that I would go away from the dildo.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were encouraging him to do it.
No, I'm saying he's an Israeli neuroscientist. That's interesting. Like, how did he end up? Why are you doing comedy? What happened? Like, what? Why? What's going on? Your parents made you do that? Become a neuroscientist? But you always wanted to tell jokes?
I have passion for both.
Passion for both. All right. And you got time to do both? Yeah.
Easy, but
all right. Good for you. Well, there's something there, no?
Yeah. How much longer till? What are you doing now? Like, what's the work that you did today?
So I mean, I'm finishing the experiment. Where I scan comedians' brains and when they come up with funny ideas, when they devise jokes. I finished collecting the data. And,
what'd you find out? Anything exciting?
A bunch of stuff. Yeah, like I guess the simplest conclusion is that you know how they say to have fun, you'll be funnier. So you can actually see it in the brain. Like you actually see that there is great recognition in pleasure regions before you come up with the funnier jokes.
Gotcha. There you go.
You've been like putting things on comedians' heads and analyzing when they come up with funny stuff. That's fucking cool. Who are the comics? You've been getting like open micers or like established?
I had some established and some less. I have about 10 established and 10.
And you put like those things on their heads in a room, or is it during the show? How do you get that? Like,
it's an MRI, so it's just like this cube. The thing you see in the movies, like where they go inside and
and they go there to tell jokes.
Yeah, you lay there, or you come in with a bag of dildos.
And you get an audience in there.
When I came up with the dildos, everybody started laughing.
Now, did you buy that dildo just for that joke, or was that like a pre-wash?
It was gifted. It was gifted to me when I bought other stuff. I don't remember what it was. It was a sex store. I don't remember what I bought.
Whoa! By that accent, I'm guessing a black latex suit and a rubber ball to go in your mouth.
I do not own.
Everybody that sounds like you wears that at some point. Like they always have that buried in a closet.
Hey,
I don't know what you talk about.
When you guys were younger, did you guys have like your like a dildo, so like whoever you were fucking, you could use, and then you like the next girlfriend would use it also?
Younger? How about last week?
Hey! But I always thought you could just wash them and reuse them with different girls, but I guess they hate that. You're supposed to throw that.
Wash and reuse.
So you know what you needed to do is get.
Where are they supposed to think that's from?
What you should have done is got one of those price tag things, and then just put a price tag every time. You be like, oh, I just got this with the price tag.
I should have.
Do it, and then stick it back.
Idea.
Come on, man. It's outside the box.
They're not. They're just not disposable. So what? It's hard to buy them. You know?
Where were you? What were you doing when you thought of the dildo in the bag thing, and you're like, "That's what I'm gonna go with"? Like, had you just done something? Did you eat a good meal? Were you hydrated? What was going on?
Have you did that before? So you had a set list, and it was like politics, dildo.
You had your dildos and your dildo.
Nice. Writer in the room.
That's the tip of my dildo material. That's just.
Oh, I see what you did.
Oh, get out of here.
Now you're sliding in the dildo material.
Oh, look at that. Another one.
Any ideas?
Just saying that he did the research and discovered that the best material comes when the comedian is having fun. So is that what with the dildo thing? Were you like in a were you in a situation where you were enjoying the dildo? Not you, maybe your girl. I don't know if somebody was. No, not you. I'm saying was somebody with you, and they're like, "For comedy, it's dildo."
I had a situation where people were handing me dildos.
What is?
This sex. I thought it would be more fun, but the only thing they were just handing dildos.
It's like a human centipede.
This guy's a scientist and he studies sex and comedy. What kind of bullshit is that?
I just thought it would be interesting to check it out.
What were you learning at the sex class with the dildo train? Go ahead.
And as they were passing these dildos around, you took it, put it in your pocket, and brought that shit here. That's what's up, man.
Did you get a scholarship or are your parents paying for this shit?
So you've taken this dildo.
I'm curious.
That's a good question.
I'm paid to do the research on this stuff.
They pay you to play with dildos. The other stuff, the research they pay you, and then your parents pay them. Someone's paying them, aren't they? Or were you recruited as like the #1 researcher? Taxes. There you go.
Whoa. Angry taxpayer out there in the crowd. This just turned into a real town hall.
It's our taxes! You ain't got no scholarship! Get the Jew!
My sidewalk's cracked and this guy's going to school.
And playing with dildos.
At a point in time, he took that dildo and put it on his nose and said, "I'm a Jew."
Yeah, he really did. This is crazy. Or you went for it.
Hey, in comedy, you gotta try shit, man. Fuck it.
True. But not the dildo in the bag.
Don't do that shit no more.
Ori, thank you so much.
Thank you.
He's on Twitter at Oriamir, ORIAMIR. Oriamir. That's fun. Did you guys ever do anything when you first started stand-up that you can't believe you did? Something goofy, like a dildo in a bag, for example?
I did this one time. So I did Mo Better Mondays. You ever done Mo Better Mondays?
Yeah.
It's like the black comedy room. And I'd done the one Chocolate Sundays,
yep,
which was the Laugh Factory Black Comedy Room.
Yep.
And I did all right Chocolate Sundays. And then I was going to do Mo Better Mondays, and there was actual black comedians that were telling me, they're like, that is the worst room. Like, just if you don't do well, don't worry about it. And I was like coming off of like 10 good sets. I was like, I got it. Don't worry about it. And when I showed up, actually Tripoli was there too. Tripoli showed up. He's like, I'm here to support you tonight at Mo Better Mondays. I was like, how bad is this Mo Better Mondays? And then all the people were like, man, we're here for you. I'm like, I got it. And I went up. I started to stand up, and just nothing. And people just looking at me. And it was a room full of like, it was just like you know how it could be intimidating, like doing a black room, and they're just looking at you. I was the first one up. And I was like trying to do crowd work, and like some people were like, "Man, stop talking to me!" Like I was like, "Oh shit!" I was like, "Fuck!" I was like, "Give me that light! I gotta get off the stage." Anyway, bombed hard. All right. Flash forward like 5-6 months later, OR at like 1:45 in the morning, and I'm doing some. I've decided I'm trying to do like some crazy character, where just like what he did. I just went up and just talked in some stupid accent and just riffed the whole time. But I mean, that was his real accent. But I was trying to do a stupid accent. Not his accent's not stupid. I'm saying my accent was. So I was up there, and I was like, "Hey, what's up here?" And I started riffing, And then there's these two girls in the corner, OR, 1:45 in the morning. There's like 8 people in the room. There's 2 girls. And they're like texting or something. I'm like, hey, girl, what are you texting? What is wrong with you? Pay attention. I'm up here. And I'm actually having a pretty good set. And the girl goes, isn't that guy from Mo Better Mondays? And I'm doing a different character. I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. And it was like, and she kept saying, you're the guy. I go, I don't know what this is.
It's so funny. That's hilarious. Yeah, those black rooms are tough, man. There's chocolate Sunday, Mo Better Monday, chicken on Tuesday, chicken and waffle Wednesday, Thirsty Thursday, Friday. It's just Friday.
And Friday
because of the movie.
Friday after next. And Kilo de Juan on Sunday.
So were you there that night? Like years ago, I did the improv. It was like a industry showcase or some shit. But we were like young, and I didn't know it was an industry showcase. And comics would blow up, and they would bomb, and they would bomb, and they would bomb. And I'm like, that shit ain't about to happen to me, man. And so like when I get like nervous and shit, I just start just going off the top. So I went up in there, and my first joke was about industry, remember like agents and shit. And I went up there. My first joke was like, yeah, man, you ever eat your grandma pussy, right? And it was in that vein like the whole time. And at the end of the set, I was like, suck my dick and good night. And I dropped the mic. And I got banned from the improv for like 3 months.
But you got an agent.
Yeah, I got an agent.
That's showbiz for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta go for it sometimes.
Oh, so much fun. Corey Emil went for it. That's the tone of the show so far. We're gonna see how we follow Dildo in a bag. We're going to get for your next comedian doing a minute. His name is Brian Kelly. Brian Kelly, everybody, come on.
Hey, really happy and nervous to be here. I'm a nail biter, and you guys do that shit. Nail biters in the room. Yeah, it's not something you want to get out in public. I heard since I was a kid, don't eat your body. So nobody eats your body in here. That's good. I remember eating my body when I was eating my mom's meatloaf for the first time. It was dried meat, fingernails and shit. And my parents sent me to a therapist when I was a little bit older. And I was in the therapist, and the therapist was like, I think you bite your fingernails because you're nervous that there's not going to be enough snacks in the room. I was like, I don't think that's right. Are you a real therapist? And he was like, no, I'm a student. Your parents are very cheap. So I moved on, and I went to Walgreens, because at Walgreens they have this lacquer shit you put on your fingernails that has cayenne pepper in it. You go to bite your fingernails, you spit it out, it's your stop. So I went to the female ladies, and they said,
That's right, that's the Angry Wrestler. I'm going to ask you anyway, what did you said at the end of that? I wanted to hear what that is.
So the idea is like, you have that shit where your fingers, it tastes like shit. And the lady's like staring at a wall for thousands of different nail polishes and brands. But these all taste like shit. Take any one you want. That's actually
there you go.
All right, Holmes.
Fucking cat.
When was this set? When are you talking about doing this to your nails? Like as a kid? Is that what you said? To your mom? What were you saying? How old were you?
I fit in a whole span of time into a minute. So started really little, and when the Walgreens is most recently trying to stop.
Gotcha.
Hey, time out for one second. Stuart is his legs are getting tired. I saw him kind of bend a little bit. Can he sit? Can Iron?
Stuart, if you can sit, you can totally sit.
Just yes. Yeah, poor guy. It's good. It's good. I saw him stretching. He was like.
I think we're about to see our first ever blood clot, the superhero.
Stuart, what did you think about this set? Or the,
when you talk about eating your body, I want to eat my body after, I was listening to it. But I mean, I chew my nails sometimes when I get nervous, so I kind of identify with it. I don't really identify with dynamic. We both being dry meat for your nails, because fingernails are not dry meat, but
I'm a nail biter. It is sort of crazy that like society lets nail biters get away with eating themselves, whereas everything else, like you can't just be munching on your elbow or anything like that, or else people would call the cops. Boys eat their hair.
Really? Yeah, you do. Boogers, people eat boogers.
Yeah, boogers. Well, that's just awesome. You have to do that. If you're by yourself and you don't eat your own boogers, then you're missing out on a great piece of life.
It probably could be. Well, part of
Not that bad. Really? I'm the only one? No, not that bad.
Especially when they're a little rare. Well, part of the fingernail thing is it doesn't hurt. That's why. But it was good. I mean, I could relate. Everybody could. I mean, not everybody, but a lot of people when you were kids, we did that. I mean, the way the stories were, like the reason you asked him to finish was because you actually were intrigued the way he was telling the story.
Right.
So that part of it was good.
Yeah, I got lost with the meat, with the comparison to the meatloaf shit. Did you ever notice a time when you were biting your nails more than other times?
Sorry? Did I have this time I was biting them more than other times?
Yeah.
I was the fuck out of up there. I still do
Oh, you still do it?
Yeah.
Do you see a therapist now or no?
No.
Did you really go see a therapist and he told you it was because of food?
No, that's just something I made up.
It would be fun to maybe play with that a little bit. The
Yeah.
therapist tells you about
I
nail
have been
biting.
to a therapist for other shit.
And you didn't tell him about the nail biting?
No, not yet.
Is it like chronic nail biting?
I think so. They're pretty much down to the nuts.
Oh, you got a Laney, wow, from deep. One of the moms for the Comedy Store. Just gets straight disappointment. I don't know if you have a mom, Brian Kelly, but you just got mom disapproval right there.
It's a very shame club of people.
So you must have researched it. What is if you found out what the reasons are that one would bite their nails as an adult?
It doesn't even have like a psychiatric like cool name to it. Like it's not even. I researched it, but it doesn't have a lot.
So I'm saying, like, is it usually is it just when you're nervous, or is it because you were neglected as a child? Anxiety.
Yeah.
So you don't drink? You drink?
Drinking makes it worse. Yeah.
Really? What about your toenails?
Yeah. Did they keep them long?
I can't read to it, but I know people that did.
I used to do that shit when I was old.
Say what?
I used to bite my toenails when I was old.
No, you didn't.
I swear to God, I did.
Well, how old? Like a year and a half?
Nah, man, I was like 13. Yeah, definitely. I can do it now. But I'm not. My first ever toenail bite.
You thought about working at a nail salon?
Ooh. Or as you would call it, an all-you-can-eat.
There you go.
A never-ending buffet.
And imagine if like someone comes in with a shitty nails, they're like, "Oh, you need to see him," and he's like,
Come on in. So, like, if you tear off like a big toenail, and would you just chew on that? Because that's like the same thing. Oh God.
I don't really fuck with my toes that much.
Is there a thing out there that like someone's invented aside from the thing like something that you chew that reminds you of